Hey Doug, how you doing? Sorry, I fell asleep there for a bit. Oh man. Ow. Hope things are going well for you guys. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm kind of surprised. I thought my internet would have been shut off by now, but nope. Hope things are going well. We have a little bit of things we can talk about tonight. Um, I was watching a Steve Wallace video earlier, and he made an entire campsite, which is like chair, footstool, and tent out of Tyvek. Now that was an interesting the thing here, and I'd like to see what you guys think about that. So tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think, and I'll be right with you. I've got to get my hat on because I'm just used to wearing my hat when I'm on here tonight. I don't want to blind anybody with my bald head. There we go. That's better. I hope everybody's okay. So, hey all, how you doing? Sorry, I literally passed out while I was watching Steve Wallace and didn't realize what time it was. Hey, Rob. Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot of people say some good things about it. Some people who made things out of it for like backpacking and stuff, they run it through the dryer to soften it up a little bit. It still maintains its waterproof and capabilities, but it becomes a lot more flexible. Um, he made his with doing some sewing out of three pieces. I'll bring up the link. It was actually pretty interesting. Give me a second here. I'll find it and I'll put it up there for you guys. Okay, just forgot to mute my own self there. And here's what he actually redid a folding chair with Tyvek that needed redone. He also redid the footstool, and he made a tablecloth out of it. But he did a simple ridge line tent type setup. Um, the design's more like a tube tent. So will it work? Yeah, you can put a screen in there for you can get some ventilation. Um, I'm not sure if he was going to create a tarp cover type, rich line tarp over it or something like that, which would be something that would work too to help keep allow him to have some more ventilation and things like that. That's what he said. The noisy part, he said that I'm probably gonna stop saying it's very noisy, but you could probably wash it where it will become less noisy. Let me check something. Because most people you see it as a ground cloth for your tent or whatever. If you're using it as a footprint, I've seen that happen. I mean, I've used something similar myself, but I've never actually used it to fashion a full-on tent. Now, there are different designs that might work for that. He used 3 pieces of Tyvek, some screens. He made a zipper front. Unfortunately, where he was set up, he couldn't put in the stakes. The only thing I would have done is I would have put loops through those where the stakes go and run them out with extra rope to rocks and everything to help stabilize the tent. Maybe even some hiking poles, something to give him a little bit more stability. But that's what he used. So I thought that was a very interesting idea. It might be good something else someone must want to try. Who knows? What do you guys think? You okay, Han? I'm live, by the way. I fell asleep. I got my stomach got full and I passed out. Oh man. Now, oh crap! I forgot to do this. At least I think I did. Yeah, I did. No, I did that. It's pinned to the top. I wasn't sure if I did that or not. I'm just trying to read, make sure I got everything set up proper. That's what he did. It doesn't fold up well once when it's first brand new and everything. I'm not sure if anybody's made a Tyvek tent out of it before. Let me see something. I'll try. Let me check something. Well, someone said they have. You can often make a whole tent out of one piece with only a hem and some tie-outs. And they would reinforce those with other pieces of Tyvek and then use tape as well. He used, I'm not sure if he used duct tape or what else he used. Really interesting. A lot of places talk about it. Be a cheap method, obviously. I'm not sure how well it would handle in the snow or how well it would work in rain and stuff because it doesn't breathe well. So it's just an interesting concept. Oh yeah, I can understand the bubble wrap tent. I've seen tents made out of plastic wrap. I don't know how well that in the long term would last. Um, I've seen people make full on square, I guess, would you call it? Not exactly a tent, using 4 trees and a lot of plastic wrap. Not your everyday house wrap type stuff, but your heavy duty plastic. So that would, being able to get in and out would be the challenge part. And whether you're using it off the ground or on directly, just using it as a cover. And, the fact is that it's see through. That's another option that you have to consider because, privacy issues and everything if you're camping with anybody else. And the fact is, you'd have to make sure you clean it up afterwards because this stuff does not, unless you plan on recycling it. Sorry, folks. Itchy feet. My feet dry out really quick. Now, looking at this particular topic, it just sort of why someone hasn't really done it more backpacking or especially on an ultralight setup. It's inexpensive. Other than it doesn't breathe well. If someone had a standardized pattern that they would be easy to put together easy to replace if something happened to it, that kind of thing, that anybody who's on a budget can build this, and using, say, your trekking poles or turn it around. No, when you're using your trekking poles or whatever, that way you can keep track of what you have and that kind of thing. Because individual lines, let me see. Give me something here. I'm gonna see what I can pull out of the ground over here. No, that's not it. Okay. Huh. Just like, okay. Using like this kind of material right here, like what they're using out of this stuff here. Now, this stuff here is the Silnylon stuff. It's really, really light, and even though it's fairly loud, but as you can see, it's camouflage on this one. But it comes with its own grommets and things like that. This is one of the few that didn't have anything with it, so I may end up figuring out where to put that one, because it doesn't have ropes or anything like that. Hey, Cecilia. Cecilia says hi, love.
Hello back.
Yep. If you didn't hear that, Jenny says hello back, everybody. Now, one of the things I am, we were talking about, Cecilia, was a video that I just saw right before my live started. I actually fell asleep during it, actually, I'm sorry to say, is that Steve Wallace was doing another of his camp out videos. And one of the things that he did was he made his entire encampment, function-wise, the equipment, out of mostly D.A.V. Now, for those who don't know what D.A.V is, it's the stuff that goes under the siding of houses when they build houses, before they put up the siding. For that is not exactly waterproof, but what air permeable and everything else, allowed the house to breathe, that kind of thing. Yeah, this is basically what this is right here. Same as this. Now, this one here is fairly large. It does not have any of the ropes or anything on it. And it is camouflage with things here. And it's like you hear, it is fairly loud. But it is also huge. Now, it is a ridgeline tarp. As you can see, it does have the seaming tape right there. Now, what he did for his was a lot cheaper than what I paid for mine. But my stuff is manufactured, as you can see. This is just one of like 9 of them that I have. And yeah, just like I said, it's got this like seam tape down the middle for the ridge line. I don't know how well this would work in a shelter setup situation, because I don't have the ridgeline ropes, but I do have string that will work for this. Avert number 3, online hat design. Interesting. Now, I'm not sure how many people have used D.A.V. I have used small pieces of it for footprints underneath my tents and stuff, though the newer tents that I have now already have footprints. Now, I would like to use one with something like this. Give me a second. I'm sorry for trying to find the right size. For like something like this, if I use this setup as a 10-up setup, like I did before when I showed it off. It wasn't this one, but one similar. I mean, I've got rope, or well, twine. Oh crap! This is gonna hurt. That would work with this, and it's just simple cordage. Now, is this long-term stuff? No, but this right here has got plenty. It'll last me a long time that I could use in conjunction with something like this. And this right here is fairly big. I'm not sure how long it is exactly, but if you give me a moment, I could be somewhat lucky, which I did, and give you an idea of what the basic length of this one is. Let me see here. Okay, I am so messed up here on my links here. So I didn't do something right. I am such a not paying attention. Like I said, I accidentally fell asleep right after I ate. I hadn't eaten much all day. Trying to lose weight and all that stuff. Okay, this one's running approximately about 11.5 to 12 feet long along the ridge. Now, that's a fairly large tarp. I've not tried to see what the distance is between the ridge line and the corners. Which the corners have these little plastic tie-out deals. Okay, so about 4.5. Which is so 12 by 9. So this is about a 12 by 9 tarp. Now, I'm not sure how you guys would, deal with something like this. I mean, it can only be used one way because there's the ridgeline part, which has kind of got the fixed up as like a ridge. Not so much on the inside, as you can see. It's got a ridge right here. So that would be the top. Now, I could probably run this thing in conjunction with, say, Jenny's hammock outside in the front because it doesn't have a cover over the top. Between running a ridge line with this and with this simple cordage, we could make a simple ridge line setup. Whether you could use it with a hammock, you could use it with over an additional cover for your backpacking tent, or just a straight up quick shelter. Now, this right here being a 9 by 12, approximately, give or take. I believe this one actually goes with the hammock that Ian's got. I'm not sure because the place where the hammock where he has does not. The company that made it doesn't exist anymore. They went out of business. Now, if Ian's going to set up his tarp or something like that, his hammock again, I might consider doing something different because it does not have, like I said, any ropes with this one at all. Now, you could consider using it with paracord, or even like I did, some nylon twine setup. That would probably be something you can consider. I apologize for the noise of this. because it is quite loud. It sounds like more like thunder and pretty much. But that little tube that it's like a silk nylon tube that's open on both ends is where I'm putting it back in there. I am not rolling it up in any particular shape. I'm just stuffing it in there. Like I'm just stuffing it in here like that. And it will fit in there because that's what it came out of. And it wasn't rolled up or anything like that, any pretty. It was just stuffed in there. And once it's in there, it's fairly small. Now, this would be like a good emergency shelter cover for either a hammock or just straight up shelter if you needed the space for it. And as you can see, it weighs next to nothing, less than a pound, and about a foot long or so. Now, in its tube, I would call this sausage form. It's a little bit over 10 inches, 11 inches long. I can't even begin to tell you how long. About 4.5, 4.25 around. So that's fairly, compact. And also you can compress it if you need to into even smaller shape. What do you guys think? Considering this, you could probably do the same thing with a Tyvek setup or not. Give me your opinions. Good, bad, otherwise. Let's hear it. Now, also, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. I have plenty of time. Let's see what you got. MG car part spares. I don't know anything about MGs at all, Rob. So you're going to have to enlighten me. Please ask me questions. Let me ask you questions, that kind of thing. I'm just kind of bounce off ideas for you guys and see what you guys think. And I'm sorry for the graininess of my screen. I wish I could fix that. Let me see if I can improve that at all. To me, it looks grainy. I'm going to see about if I change the lighting. Might change things a bit because that's a little off. That might be a little better. Let me see if I can change the camera settings at all. I'm not sure. To try to make sure this thing's working. You guys tell me if it's improved or not. I remember what MGs are. I've seen them, but I'm just not familiar with them. Yeah, I mean, now I don't know about washing. Let me check something here. Okay, hand washing Tyvek is what you'd have to do with mild soap and washer, or machine wash it on a gentle cycle with cold water with a mild detergent. Some would recommend crumpling the Tyvek before washing to make it softer and quieter. Others say you can wash it without detergent to make it more pliable. After washing, you let it drip dry and avoid putting it in the dryer or dry cleaning it or using an iron. They can be used as bivvies, ground sheets, and as a sleeping mat. Now, I like to see someone use it as a shelter because I've not heard of anybody actually just going ahead and doing something about it. Some people say on backpackinglight.com, they mention cold wash only, dry with no heat if you really want to, but wash does the bulk of the work. Deliveroo and Just Eat. I'm not familiar with those, Rob. Let me check, see what I got. I have no idea what or adverts, as you would call them. I got Kindle Scribe as my first one. I put it on normal. I didn't do anything like high bits of advertising. You're just getting a lot of stuff. I also got Leatherman.com. So I got a Leatherman commercial. Now, I don't use a Leatherman. I actually use a Gerber, but that's because my choice. I like using Gerber instead, but yeah. Good DoorDash and Uber Eats. We actually used DoorDash this evening. So I had KFC. Now, on that note, I'm trying to get myself adjusted here where you guys don't see just part of me. Hey, Blake, how you doing, brother? Question that you're here. Tyvek, have you used it to make shelters with other than ground sheets? I was watching a video by Steve Wallace earlier. He was not doing his normal stealth camping videos. He was actually just camping, but instead of camping in a regular tent, he made his entire encampment out of Tyvek. He made a tube tent style tent, but with front doors and a little screened in vent area with a zipper on the door and everything for very little money. And he also even recovered a folding chair and a folding footstool style. Also replaced the material with Tyvek as well. And they seem to function very well. Now, that's just my take on the video, which I did post it in the chat. You guys tell me what you think. I mean, I would consider trying doing something like backpacking wise, but I mean, like I said, it's not too unsimilar to the backpacking tarps like I have here. Now, this one here, I can't tell you who made it because there's no name on it, but I do know that this material was made by D.A.V. You can pretty much guess what the AF stands for. But that is like a sil nylon type tarp setup. Like I said, it's a ridgeline tarp, does not have any tie outs or anything like that. So I was thinking of just adding some simple string. Now, people say you can get other more appropriate cordage for it, but this is just a quick setup for an emergency shelter. Now, whether it works or not remains to be seen, because I have not really set that one up. Well, I prefer my Gerber because of one major thing I can do with a Gerber. I'm not sure if you can do with a Leatherman or not. Give me a second. Oh, man. Sorry, my knees are killing me. Mind you, this is not the original pouch that came with. This is just a pouch that I put it in because we acquired it. I have no idea what it's for. The type of pouch it is. What was it originally? But this is the pouch I have now. I have the Gerber suspension. What I like about this one, if I needed to, I could swap out the tools. Now, going on the website, I can order new tools to replace the knife, this screwdriver. I guess that's a wire stripper. And the next one is another screwdriver and another thing. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a can opener or whatever, a bottle opener, or even the saw. You could just take these out here, which this is a locking setup. And I could just pull those out, lock them in place, and that sort of thing. And it does have simple things such as scissors, but they lock you in place, which is really nice. And some other things that some things I'm not sure about, like what the heck this blade is for. I have no use for it. An actual can opener, bottle opener, with I guess another wire stripper of some kind. I have no idea. There's like 3 of those. Some kind of awl punch with another one of those things. And one minor thing, which I've never been sure on, is whatever that is. But I was thinking maybe you could just swap some of these out with some better tools. It doesn't have to change the overall design. And I do like the grip because it fits really well. It fits my hand decently. So it fits my hand as chunky as this. Hey, Mandy. I do not have it in the mail yet. We tried to send. Jenny tried to take it into work and do it her way, but it didn't work out that way because I have to take it to the post office tomorrow. Because she tried to do it through UPS, and that was going to be too much. They want like $600 to send your stuff off. So I'm gonna take it with me tomorrow and get it sent out in the morning. Then I will send you the tracking number and all that other stuff. As soon as I got it, you have it. I've got it all boxed up, ready to go. Just got to get it to the post office. Got the paperwork filled out and everything. So that's got to wait to get to the post office. That's a lanyard loop. I mean, because I don't really need a lanyard because, like I said, I got a pouch that comes with it, which is really cool about the pouch. Give me a second here. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure this out. I could take it off without taking my belt off. It's got one of these night eyes. Hey, Mandy.
You're going to have to speak up because it is poison down and I'm in the shed and I can't hear a word you're saying. Okay.
Jenny tried to send off your stuff in Des Moines, but she tried to do it through UPS, but was unable to because they were going to charge her $600 initially.
Yeah, no. You don't go through UPS.
I know.
Oh, we got thunder as well.
So I am going to try again tomorrow and send that off through the regular mail, which was supposed to cost me only the price I told you. So
yeah, just do it the cheaper option. It's going to take a bit to get here, but it'll get you.
Right. But I'll be able to give you a tracking number and it'll have insurance on it and everything else. So
right.
As soon as I get it there, I'll send you the tracking number, then you can keep track of it. But I have to wait till tomorrow, because I couldn't do anything until she got here.
No, you're good.
Okay, but I'm letting you know.
As I said, I'm in the shed. I forgot my earbuds, and it is pissing down, and I just could not hear a word you were saying.
Okay. We were actually talking about something. I'm not sure if you guys have a variation of it where you guys are at, because I know they're going to be working on your house that they're building for you. Is D.A.V.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that happens.
Well, I said supposed to. Doesn't mean that happens, but that's what they said. Because I don't know what materials they use when they build houses over in Australia, so that's why I'm asking.
Depends on what sort of house you want to use. You can use drywall. You can use bricks. A lot of houses are built with bricks.
Now, do they
It all
have
depends.
siding on them or no?
Do they have what?
Siding.
Yes.
Underneath the siding is D.A.V. or some kind of vapor barrier.
Yeah, it's like a blue plastic or a black plastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like D.A.V. is another variation of that. And Steve Wallace, I was watching him earlier before I went live, and he made an entire encampment of that stuff. He made a tent. He resurfaced his a folding chair and a footstool out of D.A.V., which functioned really well for the price point. The two next to nothing for the role that he got.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if anybody else had used anything like that. I've used D.A.V. for a footprint underneath the tent before, but that's it. Not as a total, camp out sleep system or anything like that. But it was quite loud. Like my little tarp I have here is quite loud because it crinkles a lot. This one here, it's a 9-volt.
Yeah, yep.
It's quite loud, as you can hear. Sort of like your rain that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I've got a crazy day today, so I'm not too perturbed that it's, pissing down with rain.
Well, as long as you're staying dry, that's the big thing.
Well, I will be in a sec. I just went outside for a smoke because I can't smoke in the shed. But I've got cranes coming today because we got to lift a container and the boss wants lots of photos and videos of that. So I got to test an electric fence, clean the shed, grease the joints for the tractors, and that's crazy day.
Oh, it sounds like it. I just found out that my pouch has this additional pouch where I can put my box knife on. So that's a bonus.
Nice.
So I just put my stuff in there like that, and I can have extra. Only thing I'm a little worried about, if it turns upside down because it does rotate, that this could possibly fall out. But it does have another a piece of material right here. I could possibly put it under, hold it in place, possibly. Yeah, that might work. That way I don't have to put it in my back pocket all the time. That's a good little tool setup. And it's a Night Eyes tool pouch. Can't tell you.
Nice little thing.
Yeah, it clips on, as you can see, but it rotates too. So when you're in a car or something like that, and this is getting in the way, you just turn it sideways. It doesn't catch on your seatbelt or anything like that. I wear it on my left side because left-handed. Because finding decent left-handed stuff is hard. So that's that. I am not sure when the last time you went camping or anything like that in your area.
Yes. Too long.
Too long, and never
Too long.
Yeah, you never have time for fun. And I definitely don't know how long it's been since you've been fishing. I know you have fished with your dad, but it's been a long time. So
yeah.
Now, I don't know. Do they have trout in Australia?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because I'm never. I know it's a big country. They should have some kind of stream fish or something like that. I just wasn't sure if it was trout or not. It might have been something else. So, I fish, but I don't consider myself a fisherman. I do consider myself a bow hunter because I have bow hunted before. So I got somebody calling me Uncle Rusty. I don't know who Reaper is.
Who?
Reaper in the chat.
Reaper's been here before.
I know, but I don't know who that is.
No clue. Hi, Reaper.
Hey, Hunting, how you doing? Now, see, I was going to say something that kind of reminded me of something. Crikey. I had an idea about something and I lost it. I hate when that happens. But like I was telling you guys before, with this ridgeline tarp, it did not come with lanyard material such like some of the other ones like this. So I just got this really little nylon string. That would be more than sufficient to hold something up like that for an emergency shelter. Now, if you had something like this down there in Australia, what would you use it for, Andy?
I don't know, to be honest. It could have multiple uses.
Well, I mean, you could probably set it up like a sunshade. You know,
Okay.
because I know it gets very, very sunny there when it's
Yeah.
obviously. You probably get a lot more sun than I do.
Yeah. I'm out in the sun most days when it's not raining or cloudy.
Now, is it just pissing down rain or is it just regular rain?
Is it what?
Is it like misting?
Oh, no, it's pissing down.
That's what I said that, and you just said you didn't hear me.
Yeah, but I'm honestly, there's no insulation or anything in this shed, so it's hard to hear what you say at times. Yeah. It's windy as a mofo, and it's pissing down.
Is it basically watertight, though?
Is it what?
Watertight. You're not getting
it shed's watertight.
Okay. I wasn't sure, so.
Yeah, but the other shed's now completed. So both sheds are watertight now.
Okay, that's good. Now, what's the shed used for?
Holding stuff, tractors, tools.
I wasn't sure because I don't know the setup of the farm, to be honest.
My office. Hey, Hunting.
He said hi to Booster, too.
My Booster's at home snuggled up under the blankets. He's a lucky boy.
Yes, Hunting, that is Amanda. But we call her Mandy. We just call her Mandy or Amanda. Depending on how
I just can't take my put my camera on because I'm at work in the workshop. So.
Right. Too bad you can't set up a little, studio or something.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff in this shed, and it's not my shed, so.
Yeah, I mean, I got my GoPro. We could try do because we were talking on.
Hang on, isn't it meant to be Jason's live today?
Jason's live was yesterday. Unless he went live today and I don't know about it.
Well, I got my days mixed up.
Because today is Thursday.
Yeah, I got my days mixed up. Hey, CR, how you doing?
Hey, CR, how you doing, brother? Oh my gosh, Rob on the Road has had 8 advertisements so far. And I don't have it set up for like multiple advertisement setups. I have it for a balanced setup. Eat and dog food. Oh my gosh. That's something that Mandy could use. She could always use more dog food for Booster.
No, Booster's on a special diet at the moment.
What does he eat?
He is on hypoanalytic biscuits and the same for dog food, wet food. He's on a completely allergy diet.
Okay. They have some food here called Science Diet that's supposed to be balanced for the type of dogs that you have, whether it's a big dog like Booster or a smaller dog. You can get buy this stuff. A little on the pricier side. I haven't had
Price
dogs.
is $235 for an 8 kilo bag of dog food.
That's expensive.
Mm.
I know I know what it's, the conversion rate. Even with, the conversion rate, that's still expensive to me. That's a lot.
Yeah, well, he needs it, and I ain't complaining about it. If it hasn't helped him, that's what he's going to get. Now I'm full time, I can afford it too.
Right. At least you're working, which is always a good thing. I was going to ask CR the same question I've been asking people about Tyvek and stuff, so please bear with me. Because I don't know what they use in Canada. So I'm going to find out. Because I asked you about your basically house wrap, I guess what you would call it. There for under your, before you put your siding on, you got your house wrap to help waterproof your house. So CR, I just saw a Steve Wallace video of his latest one he just put out today about him making a Tyvek encampment. Basically, he made a tent. He did the frames of a footstool and folding chair in Tyvek to replace the material that was all rotted out, and camped in that. It wasn't a stealth video like he normally does, but it was very ingenious. So I was wanting to see what you think about that, and if that's what they use in Canada. I have no clue, since that's why I'm asking. Because Steve is Canadian. I thought if he might have it, you might have heard of it or whatever. And then same thing for you, Blake.
How you doing, Cecilia? How you doing, Blake?
Now, I have no idea where Cliff and Jason are. They're probably still in their gardens. Even though it is after 8, they should be popping in here shortly.
No, they'll be in when they're in, if they're in.
Now, let's see here. I'm just trying. I know you had some camping stuff before, correct? In your gear? Manny?
Sorry, hunting. What?
You got some camping stuff in your gear.
No, I got nothing. I gave it all away when I was meant to move to America. I got nothing, Colin. I have to start fresh.
Okay. I wish I would have thought about that. I could have sent you one of these.
All good.
But I already have everything planned out and how much it was going to weigh. I had it pre-weighed the other day at the post office. I just didn't have the money yet. That's why I sent you a copy of the receipt and everything.
Yeah. No, you're good.
So I get to find out tomorrow when I send it all off again, because Jenny tried to put it in a bigger box, even though I had it cut down to make it smaller and more compact, which means cheaper.
Just let me know if there's any.
I will cover the difference.
I'll just try and pay the difference.
It should not be that much. Actually, it should have been less than what I was telling you about. Maybe about.
Hey, Molly.
So, hey, Molly.
Pass my regards on to Jason, and I hope he feels better.
Oh, that's cool, Doug. We don't have to worry about concealed carry here. They don't. There's no. We don't have to worry about that. There's no laws against concealed carry here in Iowa. That ended a while ago. Now I know for a fact. I did some research out of Australia about things you could use down there, and I found out that they do not consider. I think it's Australia that does. That considers black powder as firearms.
Oh, I have no clue, to be honest with you, Colin.
Oh, I know. It's just something that came up in our conversations that we were wondering if that was a possibility of something that you could use down in Australia, because the regular firearms are pretty much out the window for you. So,
yeah,
because I know that here I can order a black powder rifle or a muzzle loader online and have it shipped directly to my house without issue. Don't need a license for it. Nothing. They'll just mail it to me. Now, there's yours. Depends on which province you're from in Australia, I think. It changed. Yours has got different variations depending on which part of your Australia you're in.
Yeah.
I know you're in Western Australia, correct? According to your address.
That's correct.
Just making sure that I read that properly. Because trying to tell somebody at the post office here where the package is being sent to, they go, where? They had no freaking clue.
What?
Because it's not
Western
every
Australia, mate.
it's not Australia.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair.
It's interesting nonetheless, which made a real big funny thing because I was watching a movie recently. It's an older movie called Support Your Local Sheriff with James Gardner. I'm not sure if you've heard of the movie or not, but it's a Western, and the main character, James Gardner's character, played a cowboy who was basically on his way to Australia. And this is really funny. It's gunfighting and Westerns and things blowing up and all this other stuff. And gold. The phone number will be a part of the paperwork already, Cecilia. That's part of the paperwork I filled out. This is not this is not her paperwork. This is the same paperwork I got. This is the stuff I had to fill out.
Yeah, it's a declaration form.
Yep, I had to fill out 2 of these to fit the items under because I had to write them down, like right there. Right there.
Yeah.
And since there's basically 8 items total because I combined some stuff together, like your color street and everything else. But all in all, it came up to $100 in total for everything. So that work made things. It made everything a little bit more copacetic, and it should get us through customs fairly quickly because I'm writing down exactly what's in it, and if they want to open,
you have to.
They're gonna do that. And they're my stickers, I just put it down 5 stickers, $1 because they're probably about a quarter piece, if that. Because I did send you one of Rob on the Roads stickers too.
Oh, okay, thank you.
It's a little tiny one, about that big, but it's in there.
No,
I basically send a lot of your bigger stuff because it's just cheaper to send more stuff at once instead of one package with next to nothing in it. Because it's the same price no matter which way I ship it. So I might as well save on the box and just send everything all at once. With the exception of your scarf, Jenny's still working on it. Because she had, right before she started making you a scarf, she got orders for 2 baby blankets. So she's working on that too. So that'll come in a separate one. We'll cover the cost on that one 100%. So you'll get that because she's got. I was going to show you. Oh, crikey! Give me a second. I had something that we were going to send with that. Hey, hon. You know where that pendant was? I gave it to you or showed it to you, or I'm not sure where I put it.
What Lord? Wet and cold, people. It's wet and cold.
Okay, sorry about that, Mandy. I was just trying to figure where things got put.
Yeah.
I handed it to Jenny, and I'm not sure where it ended up at. Because I thought.
Oh, hell no, Blake. But mind you, if we're going on about what happened at the Olympics, I could probably do a lot better job. And what she did. That just took up this out of our country. Oh, gross.
What is it? Okay. Out. I can't figure out where it ended up at. I had it in the
Wet.
the Jenny, and that's the last I saw it. I'll find it and put it, in the stuff. I'll show it to you at another later date when I can find it.
Oh, no.
But it's a nice little pink and gold, pendant you can use as a cloak clasp or anything like that. It's actually pretty cool. Go with it, over with any wool blanket you may have or something
Well,
similar.
I've got those big scarves that Cecilia made for me, so
Yeah, that would work with that too. Yeah, because
I needed a blanket pin for that.
Yeah, I have several blanket pins, that I carry with me no matter where I go, and
Yeah.
those things are so freaking good to have. It's ridiculous because most people don't realize how useful they are. Let me see. I had to dig it down to my. I keep it with my fire kit, surprisingly enough.
That was just a disgrace hunting.
Now, I have two blanket pins. One is more blacksmithy style, but the other one is basically literally what it is. A giant safety pin, which still works really freaking well. But there's the standard old-fashioned style, kilt pin style. These things work with any wool blanket or any other kind of material like that you can just pin together. Or you can use them to hold things together closed if you have a door that isn't quite shut in your shelter, what have you. But they will leave big holes because these things are not small. But this is literally the way, just a safety pin. But it works for what it is. But like I said, I prefer using this one's a copper one.
No, man.
What was that?
But that's nice.
Yep, I got this one from a friend of mine. Normally, this thing is all made of steel. This one here is generally. I got one made of steel and one made of copper, but the pin is steel. I'm not sure if this is the copper one or the steel one. I can never tell the difference sometimes because they get this color after a while. But I keep two of them just in case I need them because I do carry. I have in my vicinity at least 3 wool blankets. That's one right there, and I've got 2 more over there. But you never know what you're going to need it for and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like keeping. There's where my flint went to. I've been looking for this. Thank you, Mandy, for helping me.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
So you helped me with finding this. This is my big piece of flint. I thought I was out. Didn't realize I put it in there. So thank you. You helped me find something. Now I would have sent you one of these, but I'm not sure if what custom this. It's a fishing kit. It's got hooks, sinkers, and swivels. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much they would cost down there, but they cost me a couple bucks up here.
Oh, they're pretty cheap to get them in Kmart and that.
Yeah, but it's a good little case to have as you need it. And if you put something here to hold it in place, it just locks shut, and you always have fishing gear. And I already know you know how to fish, so you probably fish better than I do, to be honest.
I'm not the best, Colin. I just go out and have fun. If I catch something, I catch something. If I don't, I don't. Doesn't worry me.
Well, I'm still on the hunt for a bow fishing setup because I'm more comfortable with a bow in my hands than I am a fishing pole.
Yeah.
So I want to combine the two and maybe I might do better. Who knows? But in an emergency situation, like say a grid down situation or EMP or CME or whatever it is, that if the power's out everywhere and you basically have to survive on your own. I want to be able to go get fish without having to worry about, do I have a fishing pole? Generally, I do. I have several, especially the collapsible ones, which I generally carry anyway. But sometimes you just don't want to have to pull it out, your pole, set it up and everything else. You just try to cast and all that stuff. Just pull my bow out, pull an arrow out, shoot, get a fish, done. But that's beside the point. Dang it, I got to try this out now. Dang. Okay, give me a second here, because I've been meaning to test this with a proper piece of flint in a while. That's Jenny's new one. She didn't have any.
Oh, that's silly.
This one here actually came from the state fair.
Well, that's nice. That's similar to the one I've got, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same place, actually. Same exact
Oh,
vendor.
what?
So I got yours from the same vendor last year. Oh, wow.
Jenny will tell you off. Stop it.
I've got a wool blanket here below me, so it's not going to catch this water.
Doesn't matter. You know she doesn't like you doing it in the house.
Right. But that's a really good steal. Here comes Cliffy. Hey, Cliff, how you doing, brother?
No hat. No hat.
Run for the hill. Run for the hills. It's
No
Cliff
hat
Live.
today.
I'm not sure if you caught much of my conversation I did earlier that I was watching a Steve Wallace video where he wasn't stealth camping and he made an entire encampment out of D.A.V. He put that video out today. I posted it as a link in the chat.
It wasn't his disguised truck camping thingy?
No, it was a full-on. He made like a tube tent set up, but he actually closed in the sides with a zipper and had a screened-in vent on one side. He took a folding chair that the material had rotted out and replaced it completely with D.A.V pieces. And they did the same thing for the footstool, which was also doing the same thing. And he made a tablecloth, which is probably the easiest thing he could do. But the whole thing, out of D.A.V. Was it creakly and loud? Yes. But it was brand new, and it wasn't hand washed where it would make it quieter. But it can get quieter if you wash it properly.
It's D.A.V. It's plastic.
Yeah, but it does well work for a emergency shelter or like maybe a backpacking setup if you're really on the budget. But thanks to Mandy, I was telling her discussing thing is I found that big piece of flint I've been looking for. I thought I lost it. So breaking this in half and making putting this piece of this in with Jenny's setup. This is from last year. The only piece of flint I have left in the house. I thought I lost it. What did I do with that other one? I have no idea. But that's beside the point. So, what's new, Cliff?
Not much. Roasting out in the sun today and then got sandblasted.
Mandy is being peed on right now. It's raining like crazy where she's at.
And windy.
Oh, another thing I picked up, you probably didn't see, Mandy, is I got 3 bags of really big, thick pieces of char cloth. I know I could have made it myself, but this stuff is, not just small pieces, really big pieces, about like that big. And it's about an inch thick. So that's a lot of char cloth. And yes, I do plan on giving away this setup in the future. Not right now, but in the future. I just want to test this out with a proper piece of flint. My flint collection was missing. Oh, yeah. Cliff, look at this.
Stop doing it in the damn house, Colin.
Only thing getting burnt is me.
He's gonna catch his hat on fire, and his thing's gonna burn off what's left of his hair, and I'm just gonna sit here and laugh.
Well, my hair's in the back, not in the front.
You're gonna catch your hat on fire, and it's gonna set your hair on fire.
No, it's not. But it's good to know
Famous
that.
password.
Probably. Let me see here. I thought I had my hammer nearby. Not sure what where I think I have it here. Oh, let's see. Oh, here it is. I do have it right here. I do have a hammer. So I'm gonna see what I can do about breaking this one. Off this thing. There we go. Took 3 tries. Let's see here. Oh, there's a good piece right there I can put in there for Jenny. But it did crumble quite a bit, though. Save all pieces. That way I can keep this piece in my kit. And a couple good pieces for Jenny and anybody else. But that's a good piece for flint and steel right there. It should last someone quite a while. So have you used Tyvek for any projects, Cliff?
Nope.
I know you guys used Adobe for your house, right? Stucco? I wasn't sure because I really not got a good look at your outside of your house. Because you don't usually point it directly at your house when you do videos. So it's kind of hard to tell.
No, my house is earth rammed, or the house is earth rammed, and then it's stucco coating.
So I'm going to put that in hers.
Tyvek's normally only used when you're doing wooden construction.
Well, I've seen it used with vinyl siding as well as wood siding. So there is that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of vinyl siding on houses, especially down here.
They have a lot of vinyl here. I know they do a lot of vinyl windows and stuff like that. Because I've worked in windows industries and stuff like that. It's interesting to see the materials they use for that kind of thing. Especially when they say, "Oh, this window is hurricane proof." I will believe that when I see it, and I've seen what some of the hurricanes do down in Florida and Georgia and that area. I'm sure that both South and Blake can attest to that.
Yeah, it might be hurricane proof, but it's not straw, nail, and 2x4 proof.
No, well, this one here, they actually showed they're shooting an air cannon of a 2x4 right into it and it's just bouncing off. They actually showed that a video of it.
Yeah, I've seen those videos, but the problem is with that is during a tornado or a typhoon, stuff like that, it zero vacuums the air around it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like flying around in a vacuum chamber. So the only way they could have tested that is to full power a cannon in a vacuum chamber and then shot it through a window.
Right.
Guaranteed it would have gone right through it.
I gotta hop down, Colin. I've got the crane operator driving soon, so I'll see you all on Cliffy's Live.
Yeah, I will message you tomorrow when I have it sent out with the tracking number, Andy.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone.
Bye.
No, the only reason I was asking about the Tyvek stuff, because like I said, just literally right before I started my live today, I was watching his latest video, Steve Wallace's latest video, which was really weird because it wasn't a stealth video or anything like that. He was actually camping in a campground. And he actually used a pie iron to make some kind of puff pastry over a fire, which was in itself wasn't really too weird to me. The fact that he used mushrooms in it kind of cringed for me, but that's me. It looked interesting. could be if it had any other ingredients besides that, would have been probably amazing. But he completely used Tyvek. So if you had to use a Tyvek setup for your gear, what would you?
If I had to use Tyvek, maybe, but
Would you use make it like a tube type setup, like a tube tent, or would you actually try to cut and make it a different style, like say maybe a simple wall tent setup or something similar?
it'll depend on the size of the Tyvek. I'd probably pre-cut it, pre-form it, so I have.
That's what he did.
But I would probably go with a hoop house style, or a or like a long tunnel style house or shelter.
Well, he used like a tube tent style. It was like the emergency tents that you see on here that we've actually given away, back last year, and but this one was made of Tyvek instead of that Mylar stuff. So definitely a lot more sturdier than the Mylar, but maybe not as.
No heat, no reflective heat. You don't have any heat reflection properties.
That's the only thing. But probably definitely a lot more sturdier.
Oh yeah, Tyvek is way sturdier than Mylar.
Now, if the setup that he used would use one of those tube tents inside that one, the only thing I would think, you probably bake like a potato, because the ventilation sucks. Because Tyvek does not breathe. That's the big issue. He did put in a really fairly large window of mesh window in it. Now, he did not have any kind of rainfly on it, though. He didn't make a rainfly for it. He made it like a rich.
It's waterproof.
Yeah, it's air permeable to a point, but he did not. It was a ridgeline setup for the tent, which is pretty similar to the tube tents from the Mylar kind. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture for it right now.
He did put the zippers in. He said the only problem he did is that he only put the zippers that had one zipper, and it was all on the outside.
Oh yeah, well, it's because those particular ones that they make, you can get them at like Harbor Freight and like most big box stores, and it is essentially just to turn a room into like a clean room, or you essentially just stick it. It's a adhesive back, or you peel it and you stick it onto a piece of plastic, and then you just take a knife and you just cut along the back side of it, and you have a zippered door.
Yeah, that's what he used on the bottom zippers, not the top ones. He actually sewed some of it together, and then he sealed it with duct tape.
Yeah, red duct tape from the looks of it.
But it would work. I mean, now would it be a long-term situation? I don't know. Would it work for a cold weather situation? Probably not. But for a warm
Actually, it probably would work for a cold weather situation due to the lack of breathability. You'd be trapping all your body heat inside.
But also your condensation from your breath.
Yeah.
Well, he did put a window in there to help with the ventilation, but he's got no cross ventilation. That's the only issue I would worry about. Being able to breathe is a bonus. Not being able to be stuck with breathing your own
noxious fumes.
Yeah. But say if you're doing a backpacking trip, it would work maybe for a little while. If you're doing a bicycle trip, probably work really well for that, for like a bicycle setup, or even a motorcycle setup possibly. But like I said, it's more of a ridgeline tent than anything else, the way he has it set up.
Yeah, I would do it, me personally, because I mean, obviously he made that himself at home before he went out and camped in it.
Yeah, they showed
you have the option of customizing your tent. I would do a hoop house or a hoop style with about a 4-foot peak height and probably about 6 feet, maybe 7 feet wide.
I would do a trekking pole style tent setup, because most likely you're going to have trekking poles anyway. And the fact is, they can go up to about 54 inches tall, and that could be fairly large for any kind of setup. I've done a setup with one of my tarps that's like that, and it set up fairly easily, actually, considering I didn't plan it that way. It sort of made out that way. It just didn't have a floor, though a piece of Tyvek or another tarp that would fit the bottom of it would finish that up really easily with being able to close the doors and everything else, but not so much on the zipper part or keeping the bugs out as much, but it's an option. But weight-wise, it probably weighed next to nothing.
Tyvek is fairly lightweight.
He didn't have any poles, so that's one thing he didn't have. He said the only issue he had was the stakes, and the only thing I could see he could have done was if he has all that extra rope material for the ridge line, he could have got some tie-outs and tied them around some heavy rocks to help pull the corners out. And maybe some additional tie-outs halfway across the middle, one on either side, to help stretch that top out to make it a little bit more roomier. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, judging from the way he's got that line set up, it looked like he had to go about 25, 30 feet just to set that ridge line.
Right, because that's one of the things about ridge line tarps or even hammock tarps. You're not sure.
It's all about placement. If you go in an area and you plan on hammock camping and you don't check out what you got for trees, you're going to be sleeping in your hammock on the floor.
Yeah, it becomes a tent.
You become a floor burrito.
Pretty much. It becomes a bivvy, basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Now, being able to hook that up with a could you make a tent set up with a hammock setup that has the screen set up for it that you normally use a ridgeline tarp with, like one of these over the top of it, into a bivvy style if you don't have trees?
Yes. You're gonna be sleeping in the hammock, but it's gonna be on the floor. So one, you're gonna have a sleeping pad.
Well, yeah, if you have an underquilt or something like that, that'd be what you'd end up probably having to use.
I wouldn't recommend doing the underquilt directly on the ground, hence the reason why some sort of liner. But
well, if you have an extra tarp, maybe. I don't know. Do people carry extra tarps for under their tent for putting their gear on? Like boots and stuff? I don't know. I'm not a hammock camper. For those people who hammock camp, do you carry an extra tarp besides the one over the top of you underneath you to put your gear on? Let me know. Let him know. Let us all know. I have no clue because I have not really seen a lot of hammock campers, to be honest. I've met a few, but not. I've only been in one hammock in my entire life that I tried to sleep in, and it was totally uncomfortable. So I never liked it. I like solid ground. At least I know it doesn't move on me. Now, okay, Doug, are you saying you have a hammock? And I think, CR, do you have a hammock? I know, I think Blake does. Doesn't he? I remember him mentioning it once.
I've got two of my hammocks sitting right next to me.
You said you
found one of my set. Well, I actually found my freaking Atlas straps. Was actually shocked where I found them. I wasn't expecting them to be in that bag.
Are you talking about your hammock straps?
Yeah, my Atlas hammock straps. 400-pound base weight on those things.
Oh, wow. I got some very basic 400-pound ones from AliExpress.
Yeah, I would not trust those.
Okay. For my weight, totally honest statement. But for Ian's weight, I mean, he's 125 pounds soaking wet. So it wouldn't matter, for him.
For him, maybe not. I still wouldn't trust any hammock strap from AliExpress. Me personally.
Well, like I said, it's for somebody Ian's size, not my size.
Cecilia said another commercial and missed conversation. We didn't say there was a commercial, so we had no idea.
Now, the commercials I have set up for balanced. I do not have them like full on random. I could double check my setup to make sure it doesn't really do that. So bear with me.
Yeah, see, these are my Atlas straps here. About 1 inch webbing.
Now, you said they rated about 400 pounds, right?
Yeah, they're rated for 400.
That's what Ian's got. They're about 1 inch thing, and they're rated about 400 pounds. Let me double check it because I know I ordered them off of AliExpress.
Oh, here we go. I took the tag off the outside of the bag and I stuck it in the bag.
I'm checking my orders from AliExpress, so that way I can see the orders I have done in the past.
You can make a hammock out of a tarp. You can make a hammock out of a blanket if the blanket is durable enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, you could do it out of a wool blanket if you really wanted to, but do you really want to risk damaging your wool blanket just to make a hammock?
I have no idea.
Yeah, 400-pound capacity. And they're 9 feet by 1 inch.
That's probably what Ian's is. I paid not too much. I mean, only thing his didn't come with, it did not come with the carabiners.
No, they don't. Normally, they don't. They're usually attached to your hammock.
His hammock didn't have carabiners. They had those freaking little weird Alienware thingies.
Yeah, those are the carabiners.
I don't know how to use those damn things. And those really thin Ridgeline, those things are slick as hell. They slide like nobody's business.
Yeah, see, that's why I go with sort of like more or less name brand hammocks because I know that they're going to come with everything.
Well, the hammock itself came from a company that no longer exists, so I couldn't really tell you that it. When I got it, it cost me like $2.95 for a full-on hammock. Only thing it didn't have was the carabiners because they were using those alien wear thingies and those strings like this. Those really
Dyneema cord. Yeah, see, this is mine. Mine actually comes with the
one that Jenny has is like that.
Yeah, see, even my carabiners weighted. It's funny. The carabiners rated at 400 pounds, but it says it's not for climbing. But it's
weird.
Rated at 400 pounds.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, half the stuff that they do on this stuff doesn't make any sense. But there's.
No, I'm checking.
Parachute, essentially. Oh, is that actually one layer?
Okay, the ones Ian's got is actually rated for 300 kilograms or 660 pounds. So this is fairly heavy duty. But like I said, it does not have proper carabiners. And I did not know how to use the little Alienware setups to set his tent up high enough where it wouldn't stretch. Because that stuff, Dyneema cord, is still stretchy.
Dyneema cord has a very small stretch factor.
But it still stretches.
Not as bad as paracord and cotton line stretch really bad.
Oh, yeah. But we didn't have any of that. So I did have the proper hammock straps. So the only thing we're going to have to do is pick him up some decent. I was thinking about using quick links as a replacement for the carabiners because
It'll work, but you're adding. Like, remember, when you're adding a ton of weight with those things.
True, but it definitely would not break on him. On him, mind you.
I'm saying, unless he's
my weight, but his.
swinging like a monkey in the trees on that hammock trying to do loop-de-loops.
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't like heights that well.
That's why all hammock campers, doesn't matter if you're experienced or only partially experienced, they will tell you, you hang your hammock as far as you're willing to drop to the ground.
Right. And when we had his set up initially with the straps that it came with, he was basically touching his butt to the ground. Because I'm not sure if it was him that was the ropes that were stretching, or was the hammock itself stretching.
The hammock itself will stretch to a certain degree, but the cord will also stretch a great deal.
People have made hammocks out of duct tape. I've seen it.
That's a lot of duct tape.
Yeah, Adam Savage did it on a survival show, the video on it.
They've also made a boat. They've also made a canoe, a boat, a sailboat, a raft.
They used it for wrap for an airplane. Kerry Byron did that one. Gary, Tori, and Grant all did that. They wrapped a whole skin of an airplane in duct tape, and it still flew. And you can do. Duct tape is a ultimate survival tool. It's been proven. When it says it has 1,001 uses, it has that and more, because people just haven't thought of the next thing yet. But duct tape wheels, I think they may have tried that. They tried. Now, my favorite wheels, when they did the emergency wheels, that episode on Mythbusters, they used manhole covers. That thing was freak. That thing could drift like nobody's business.
Doug, are you talking about the channel that's on? I think there's a channel on Instagram. They do a lot of climbing gear testing. Is that the channel?
I don't know about that one. Carabiner testing. Let me do it quick.
Yeah, they do a lot of. But again, when it comes to hammock camping, if I'm going anywhere, I'm most likely going to grab this thing. Because that is, aside from a bug net, which I have somewhere.
Let me see. I'm looking for that channel. I haven't looked. I couldn't see what you were holding up. What was it? Show it again.
Oh, this is my Cedar Summit double hammock.
Okay, I've seen those.
Size of a Nalgene bottle.
Right.
About a pound, maybe about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, I think is what it weighs.
Okay. Here's a regular Nalgene bottle. Here's that tarp that I've got right here. It doesn't have a stuff sack, but it can be compressed. Give me a second here. Look at that.
Yeah, all you got to do, if you can get a compression sack for that thing, you can get even smaller.
Yeah.
I like mine because this thing already comes with the straps and the connectors.
Oh, look at that.
So all you got to do is wrap around it. And this thing's got a 400-pound weight limit, too.
Most hammocks come around between 400 and 600.
No, there depends on the hammock you get. Some of them are 300, some of them are rated for 400.
Well, because I don't know. I could not find any information on Ian's because the company went out of business. I have seen pictures of them where it was for sale, that particular hammock that he has, but the company does not exist anymore. They went out of business like a couple years ago. People love the hammocks. They just didn't make a lot of money to stay in business. I'm looking to see. There's Amazon. How Not To is one channel that does the carabiner testing. Torque Test channel is another, I guess.
Well, I thought this one had a lip on it.
So you got to tell me which one it is, there, Doug, because How Not To does a lot of carabiner testing, and the other one. Because I was just going to go with a simple quick links setup that you would use like for chains and stuff. Now, would that be the ideal? No. Would it be a quick, easy version to get through to get a real one? Yeah. But it would work in a pinch. Is it heavy? Oh, you better believe it. But it would not come apart easily. So I use them for cranking down ratchet straps and stuff on my equipment for my range. So
I think the dude's channel name is How Not To.
that's what I just said. I mentioned that one.
Yeah.
How Not To is one, and another one is Torque Test Channel.
Yeah. But no, the one he's got the one I think Doug's talking about, the How Not To. He's got a Instagram channel where he tests all this stuff on there. He tests a lot of these.
Richard Delaney did a steel carabiners destruction test, but How Not To does a lot of them. And one other one called Jan Camus. Not familiar with that one. We did have a couple carabiners I had on one of my other tarps that I gave to Ian to try out. These were like S-beaner style. These things one of them went ping as soon as he laid in it. It was not.
Well, yeah, because S-beaners aren't designed for carrying weight. They're designed for random. It's just an accessory piece.
He actually stretched it out flat.
Now, the steel ones, if you get the steel S-beaners, then yes, you can use those for that, but I still wouldn't recommend it.
Right. Now, like I said, I was looking at the ones they mentioned on AliExpress. They have, I'm not sure if they have very many carabiner clips. Let's see if they have them.
This isn't sitting in here right. How in the heck did you undo yourself inside the bag?
Yeah, I got to make sure you get the steel ones, not the aluminum ones. Because the aluminum ones are junk.
Well, it depends.
Well, you need one that locks down, obviously. Now let's see here. You got generally the keychain ones do not work.
No, they're not designed for it. They're designed as the keychain ones are designed as accessory pieces. That's for like hanging stuff off your tarp strap or your ridge line or off the side of your hammock or off your side of your pocket. They are not designed for load-bearing weight. I still have no idea what the weight rating is. I know it came with the bag originally. They told me what the weight rating was, but
yeah, I just found one for $10.73 on AliExpress, and the weight limit on this one, if you can believe it, I don't know if I do or not, says it's rated 25 kN / 5,500 pounds max.
25 kilonewtons?
Yeah.
There is. Don't buy cheap stuff. If you're going to get something like that, just spend the extra money and get something decent.
Right. Here, I'll show you what. Now, I would probably end up going through maybe REI or something like that. But that's what it says right here. Now, whether that's true or not, they say it's alloy steel. Now, if it's Ian's weight, these are probably going to be fine.
If it says alloy steel, you might as well be sitting out there with freaking chromoly.
A what?
Chromoly.
What's that?
All the stuff that China's making all the damn wrenches out of nowadays.
Oh, chrome steel.
Yes.
Okay. And they do have a decent, 4.6 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 is not bad. But
Eno's running a sale right now on hammocks.
who is?
Eagle Nest Outfitters.
Oh, I did not know that.
I'll just check my. You just seen my email.
If anybody knows
Got some
or
bundles.
has any extra of those carabiner things, Ian's going to need them, folks. I'm trying to find some for him.
Travel
I'm not a
nest.
hammock camper. I don't know hammocks at all, so bear with me. I'm a tent guy, plain and simple.
Where did that freaking email go?
CR, would you please repeat yourself when it says that word? Okay, Cliff, can you read this word?
Well, it's kilonewtons.
That's not what it says.
Well, yeah, it's just because CR is apparently added.
I'm dyslexic and I can't read that. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's Keel Netwinds.
What's Kilo Netwinds? Kilo, K-I-L-O.
Keel.
In Newton, as in like where I'm from.
A bootle. You gotta
Unless
touch
you
it to
speak
your
in
water.
French that I don't know about.
Let's see where.
Now, that is another question though. Is CR French? Canadian? That is a good question we've never asked.
What's that stupid email?
Cinder blocks and 5-gallon buckets of Crete.
Ah, there it is.
Okay.
I think it was Black Diamond. Yeah, that was the one.
Wow, that's a lot. That's kind of sad there, Doug.
Still in my shopping cart. Ah, piss off.
What is?
The stuff that I threw in my bag like a couple of weeks ago. $35 for a 3-pack of carabiners.
From who?
Black Diamond.
I've heard of Black Diamond.
They have really good. They do a lot of climbing gear.
That's where I've heard of. I mean, I've heard of Black Diamond's gear before. I think it was on. No, it was. I don't know. It could have been on Dave Canterbury's channel. He might have mentioned them, but I can't be sure if it wasn't him or somebody else who does a lot of stuff with carabiners and stuff. There's a lot of people I follow and watch, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, these ones are fairly decent ones. They are 8 kilonewtons with the gate open at almost 1,800 pounds. With the gate closed and locked, it's 24 kilonewtons at 53, almost 5,400 pounds.
That's still more than enough for, say Ian or even me for that matter.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, they come in a 3-pack, so you get 2 for the hammock ends and then 1 for extra.
Now, how much are they running?
$35.
That's not bad.
They were cheaper, but I didn't get them on the
channel. Are they from?
Say what?
What channel?
They're not from a channel. They're literally from the Black Diamond website.
Okay, that's okay. It's just blackdiamond.com or something like that?
Yeah. Black Diamond Equipment. Or just type in Black Diamond. I'm pretty sure it'll pop right up. There's not a lot of companies out there that are called Black Diamond.
Black Diamond climbing equipment.
Yep, there you go. They will have all your carabiner needs right there on the website.
And they come in colors.
Yes, I do.
I don't particularly care if they come in colors. All I care about is that they do their job that they're supposed to do.
Who's messaging me now?
It's not me. They have so many different types of carabiners on this one. I got to make sure I pick the right one.
You want the hot forged screw gate carabiner 3-pack.
Okay. I'm looking at the hot forged screw gate carabiner individual.
No, there's a 3-pack next. There should be a 3-pack up there.
I'm just checking the individual, see what the rating is for that one.
1,500 pounds or 1,700 pounds.
Yeah, it says 24 kilonewtons. So
Yeah, that's where the screw gate closed.
yeah, open gate is 8
53.98
kilonewtons.
53.98 on the poundage.
Yeah, and a display weight, it weighs 50 grams. Not bad.
Well,
50
again,
grams.
they're climbing carabiners, so they're going to have a little heft to them because you don't want the thing to drop.
Oh, obviously. And there's different, looks like a little bit different designs too. The screw gates are a little bit oblong compared to the regular carabiners. Like there's like 3 different styles, looks like. There's straight up and down ones, like the oval ones, and there's the straight gate ones and the screw gate ones.
Yeah, I have on mine. I have the screw gate. It keeps changing it. I want the gray ones, not the black ones. I like the gray ones because they have the blue. It's like a blue accent for the gate, for the twist, for the screw gate.
But you want them locking, though. That's the big thing, right?
Yeah, but all that does is really that screw gate is just kind of a threaded piece that brings the collar up above where the opening is at to keep that opening from popping open on you.
Now, I'm trying to see if they have carabiners for hammocks or not.
You can just use any one of those as a carabiner for a hammock. Doesn't matter.
Okay, is that the oval carabiner ones or the other ones? Because I see, oh, there it is. The 34.95 ones.
Yes. Come in
Okay.
black or gray.
The first page that came up, it didn't even have that on there. It was completely on a different page. I just had the individual ones when I first looked.
Yeah, you just go up to the top and you go to climbing gear and you just click on the carabiners. It should
Okay.
pop up all that information.
Yeah, I'm looking at the bottom here to make sure, and these weigh. They don't say have a weight, individual weight, but that's fine.
They'll have a little bit of heft or weight to them, but again, they're climbing rated carabiners.
I do like that they actually have an Access Fun ion keychain light. And the clip-on keychain light, so that'd be kind of cool for if you're in a hammock, you want to hang your stuff up, you have an extra light there. That's a good idea. I don't know what else they have there, but it's kind of interesting. Okay, he sent a picture. You sent a picture to me
Send to
or
me.
Cliff?
Me.
Okay, I wasn't sure who he said. He didn't say who.
Yeah, so when you're on the site, just go to shop and then it gives you the option to go under climbing, click climb, and then hit carabiners. And it'll list every carabiner on there.
Now, Jason's not going to be on tonight.
Something about him not feeling well?
It just says he's not going to be able to go live streaming tonight. It might be internet.
Could be.
Oh yeah, it's a locking what I use for my backdrop is what the picture that he sent. I have those.
Yeah, but those are extra heavy.
Well, I mean, for in a pinch they would work.
Yeah. Now you can get the light forward screw gate carabiner, but those don't come in a 3-pack.
No, I get those from Walmart, and those things, while they're not rated for climbing, they are rated for heavy duty construction work. These things will hold down machinery. So, for in a budget pinch, those would work.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't even
that's
say
all that matters.
budget. You're like, well, they're about $4 a piece, give or take the size, but I mean they'll work. But again, you're adding a lot of extra weight because those are steel.
Yeah, they may be steel, but they're also, you're talking about budget friendly. That will also be safe at the same time.
Hey, the hot forge screw gate carabiner 3-pack for $35. That's considered budget friendly because it's a little under what, $11 and some change per carabiner.
Well, the thing is, I can get 2 carabiner of the quick links for that price.
Yeah. But you're
if
getting
not
three
cheaper
of
than that.
these, and you're getting less weight.
Well, that's a big issue that you're talking about. It would be less weight. Let me see here.
But yeah, the hot forged screw gate ones personally, I just have them sitting in my cart. They go on sale again, or if I leave them in my cart long enough, they'll send me a thingy saying, "Hey, you can get this for like 20% off."
Right. Yeah, I can get a 15 pack of those heavy duty quick link ones, stainless steel, rated for 175 pounds, which is more than enough for Ian, for $9.59. For holding up a hammock, that's more than enough, because Ian doesn't weigh that much. And that's a cheapy, weight. I mean, it's not even the big ones. The big ones, like I use, are heavy duty.
I'm gonna go see if I can find my other hammock real quick.
Oh, yeah, there's some you can get 6 pieces of the heavy duty ones that are 1,600 pound weight capacity. Durable, anti-rust, high strength. They actually, people have used them for hammocks. So, oh, that's cool. On a yard sale, fine. I do have some quick links that I have for my stuff that I use for my range that would probably work for Ian's hammock. I may be swapping out giving this to Ian because it matches his setup, because he doesn't have a tarp for his hammock. Hey, Mike, how you doing, brother? Glad you could make it. Now, this topic originally started off with Tyvek, so bear with me. It kind of meandered to where we're at right now. We're talking hammock straps and quick links and other things like that. So making a setup for hammocks, or actually making a hammock out of Tyvek would be an interesting choice too. I'm not sure if anybody has done it. Might kind of be interesting choice. So what do you think? If you had to use Tyvek to replace your gear, what would you use it to replace? Now, you could make it a tarp set up like this, and you can probably even make it quiet as this is now, or you can make it sound like a potato chip bag, like it is standard coming off the roll, with a little bit of sewing, a little bit of duct tape or seam tape or something like that to make it sealed properly. Or like Steve Wallace did, he used his to make a tube tent style tent, ridgeline style, with a front and back, with only one door, zippers and everything. I mean, I'm not sure if you heard what I asked, Cliff.
Just for Grace.
Is Grace here?
I don't know. She was earlier, wasn't she?
No, I don't think so.
Well then, I'll put it in there just for CR so he can remind Grace.
Bank line?
Yeah, it's 21.
What's the difference between the 21 and the 36?
Strength, size, thickness.
It does the same thing, doesn't it?
Yes, but each one of these has a line, like how much they'll actually hold before they actually break.
Right.
So the number 21 is 2.1 millimeters with a 235-pound break strength.
That's still quite a bit.
And I got 350 feet of this. This is the thick stuff. Like thick.
Now, the line I have that I was thinking about using with this tent here is that cordage I got at the flea market. Just had it too. I'm just trying to figure out. I dropped it on the ground.
I got cooked in the sun. Actually ate my plastic.
Did I put it in my chair? No, I did not put it in my chair. I literally just had it. Now I can't find it.
So here's the funny part about the my hammock setup is I have an actual bug net. So this is the actual Eno bug net that goes around the Eno hammocks.
Now they do sell those kind of bug netting at Walmart. Not emo, mind you, brand, but style. That goes with the hammocks without that don't have the integrated bug net. I've seen some with, some without.
Yeah, you can get that
Jason-
integrated, but some of them won't. Ooh, my stickers are still in there. Nice.
Cartridge of what? Or are you talking about cordage?
That's what he says. Oh, cordage.
Okay, his handwriting is atrocious.
Took me a second. Yeah, cordage.
Yeah, a little bit too. Give me a second. I was looking for my cordage. I just had it in my hands. Just trying to figure out what I did with it. I just held it up and everything. Oh, ow, knees, ouch.
If it hurts, don't do it.
Standing is the thing I have to do in order to move around. I literally just
Wow, so that's where the other half of that cord went.
I literally just had my cordage out, and I had it in my hands, and I can't figure
I
out what
forgot I
did.
had this butt ugly
Ah!
yellow and blue
Oh, ow, ooh.
cordage. What was I using this for?
Oh.
Did I have this stuck to this as the ridge line?
Mm.
I think
My knee
I
just
did.
went out. Oh, frack. Oh, that hurt.
Colin might be done with the live stream for the night.
No, that means I'm sitting down instead of trying to look around for something. Oh, I was trying to stand up and it went out on me. Thing is, it wasn't my bad knee; it was my other one.
Oh, that's
man.
never fun.
No, it's not. Because my right one has been messing up with me lately, and they're trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Oh, I have like 800 feet of camel cordage. I was using this as a hammock ridge line. Ah! I was wondering why the heck it was in there.
I have that nylon white cordage I picked up, and I'm trying to. Oh, okay, I got to stand up, either whether I like it or not. Ah, frack! Oh, that hurts. Ugh. Damn it! What did I just? I mean, how could something just disappear like that? I just literally had it and showed it online.
All right, well, I guess I could wiggle that all back in there then.
Oh. I had it in my hand. I was showing it off to you guys.
Probably sitting on it.
No, I got stood up. I just looked in my chair. It's not there.
Yeah, see the camel cordage is really nice on the 550 until you drop the whole bundle in the leaves and then you can't find it again.
Crap, that hurts. I wish this on no one, folks. Ever. Because it freaking hurts.
Oh, I wish that pain on a few political parties, but that's as far as I'll get on that.
Free. They can take it off me any day. Because I would not wish it on anybody. Because, oh, crap, that hurts. I will be right back.
Colin's dying. He needs an aspirin.
I'll take some 800 milligram ibuprofen first. Be right back, though.
Cats are elves. What the heck? Oh, there's the stupid. I knew I had it on there somewhere. Oh no, that's part of the hammock. I keep forgetting that the Eno stuff sacks are actually. All right, take care, Cecilia. Have a good one. Anyways, as I was saying, I forgot that the Eno bags actually come attached to the hammock itself, used as a pack at the end, so you can use it as a whatchamacallit, oh my god, pocket when you're sleeping in your hammock. Essentially designed so you can store all your gear in it. Keys, wallet, cell phone. There we go. And always remember, folks, if you're using your compression straps on your thing and they have these little clips, make sure that clip is on the top, not at an angle on the side. When it's up here, you're not pulling any stress on it. When it's flat, when you have it at an angle, it puts weird tension on there. Ooh, Doug, you and me are about right there, like literally size for size.
And I'm back.
I'm 6 foot and I'm about 210, 220, depending on how bad I let myself go. And you still didn't find your cord, did you?
Nice, Cecilia. Sorry I missed out. Found the cordage too. This is just regular, like bank line, but it's not tarred or anything like that. It's nylon. It will stretch to a point. And they said it was like $350 or something like that. But this would work for a ridge line, temporary ridge line and stuff like that for tarps and what have you. So that's about it for those. I'm not 5'11". I'm only 5'8". And I can bench way over 228 pounds.
These knobs couldn't have possibly, I just noticed this.
What was that?
That is, where's my forehead? I'm trying to use my forehead. That is actually fused right there to like 3 inches of cord.
It almost looks like the end of a bowstring.
Like, why? Why would you just randomly fuse it in there and then cut it there?
Okay, what is the whole? Why was the whole point of that little section where you were at?
No, it was just like that's the end of it. It was like this part here is the main cord, and then they just have it fused right at the end of my fingers, and that's all that's left of it.
Now, wouldn't you just cut that off?
Yeah, you would think. I've only used this thing. I've only ever used this stupid thing once.
I do something not quite braiding. I call it macrame because Jenny's got some macrame cord that would be perfect for stuff like this. But basically, taking your line and going over itself and making knots like that over and over again. I've done it with leather straps and stuff for bridles and stuff for halters. I don't know if I can get this thing to work without coming apart. That's the biggest issue. I guess it's too long. I got to make it shorter.
Yeah, I think I can get my 375 in there. Let's see, will 375 fit in that? Oh yeah, 375 will fit in there perfect. Yeah, so there's my little bug net.
Oh wow, that's pretty. What's the rating on that?
This is no CM mesh. Ain't nothing getting in there.
Okay, it's no CM. Okay, I've seen that stuff before, but I've never seen it in person. Only on pictures. You know, it makes a big difference.
Oh, this stuff. Let me tell you, you will absolutely hate no CM mesh in the middle of summer.
It doesn't breathe.
Oh, it breathes, but it gets hot because again, no CM mesh only comes in one color and it's black.
Okay, Cliff, I'm gonna show you something real quick.
So this stuff absorbs heat like nobody's business.
This is what I just did.
Macrame wove that.
Yep. But here's the cool part. Watch.
Macrame.
It pops right out.
Yeah. I do that with my extension parts.
It's great for making halters and stuff for horses. You know, quick and easy, quick and down and dirty method of giving you something more sturdy to hold on to.
Yeah,
and shortening up your cords.
I think they call it daisy chain.
I am not sure what it's called. I just know that that's what I've used. That was the way I was taught. And it's great for making cordage shorter. And also the fact is if you're going up and down hills, you want to keep your line straight up and up, enough. You can do it that way. It does take quite a bit of time, though.
Still have leaves in there from the last time I used this. Oh, that's funny.
Was that at the camp?
No, the only time I used this, I set it up in my yard and I slept in it overnight and have leaves in it.
Well, someone suggested me doing my first winter camp out video in my backyard. I'm considering it because of the distance from the house. But that's just an option, I think. Now, I don't know if this would work really well with a paracord. Cliff, what do you think?
What, doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a lot thicker, obviously. But unfortunately, it does get twisted quite a bit. When it's straight, it looks awesome, like that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna it's gonna twist naturally because of the way you make the cordage.
Right there, you got out of whack.
Molly says it'd be faster if you knitted it with a crochet hook, but that's only assuming you actually know how to crochet.
That's Jenny, not me. But the only thing reason I would do it this way because I could just pull it straight out. Like this, I can just pull it out, But that's the same material, size-wise, as this Dyneema cordage, if not a little thicker. See? So this would work for a ridgeline, for a tarp that doesn't have a ridgeline.
Yeah.
Now, would it be something I would put weight on? Probably not. But for a ridgeline, it would be perfect. And it does. I mean, I have a lot of it there, obviously.
I don't have a crochet hook, unfortunately.
Jenny is sending some extra crochet hooks to Molly, along with the fishing pole that we're sending. So Jenny's got more stuff to send Molly than I do.
There's my braidage, and it just goes bloop, 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 bloop.
Same setup, yeah.
Yeah, similar setup.
And if you're trying to carry your cordage and make it a little more compact, that'd be a great way to do it. But that's about it, But you can also make it permanent by just tying a knot in one side, and it'll stay there. I want to braid now. Why not? Now, how much was your hammock setup, Cliff?
All in all, like $100.
Really? That's not bad.
I think this was like 43. The straps were like 125, 130. Because the hammock itself is like 60. The straps were another 45. And the bug net, I think, was about 60.
They got bug nets at Walmart for about $15 to $18, I think.
So yeah, I think this is the Guardian bug net. So that's about 65 for the bug net, about 60 for the tent itself. Or the hammock, about 120. Plus the straps, another 45, so 170 total.
Yeah, it's portable bug net for a hammock, $18.88 at Walmart. Now, how that works, I have no freaking clue.
Yeah, portable. It's a portable bug net for the Walmart hammocks.
Well, that's what Jenny has, and Ian is similar to that in a lot of ways. So all it would do is it'd probably be the same way. Now, how that works, I have no freaking clue. I guess it just zips over it or flips over the entire thing.
Yeah, it slips on a kind of like it's like a t-shirt.
Okay, so
You'll
that
have
would
the
work for
ridge,
Ian's.
you'll
It
have
would
the
really
ridge
work.
line coming out this way for your hammock, and out this way, and then you'll have like a little zipper down the middle. Unless it's got one of the rounded zippers, but most of these they have the middle zipper.
Yeah,
Unless
this
you
one
get
here
like
is.
the high-end expensive ones.
Yeah, this one here is the side one from Walmart, like here. As you can see, it's got that little rounded
Yeah, that's a
zipper.
weird one. Yeah, mine just goes straight up and down in the middle. Mine doesn't curve. That's an odd, strange one.
There's one with a hammock in it,
Yeah, that's the Eno hammock too. It's really funny.
but it would work, is what I'm saying. And there, it looks like they forgot a hook right there, but
Yeah, forgot to clip the middle ridge line.
yeah, right there. But the fact is, that would work for the most part. And there's somebody sitting in it. There's a good, option you didn't, usually don't get to see. So that's not necessarily a bad setup.
Oh, that's an equip hammock. Okay. I kind of want to mention I don't hammock camp a lot, but I want to mention that they already had that bug net hung rung.
This one here,
Go to the picture, yeah, that one there. Zoom in, and then scroll to the ends.
they don't show the ends.
Show the other. Zoom to the other. Go to the other side. Yeah, see that?
No, they have it. They don't show the carabiners.
Yeah, the ridge line should be attached to where your carabiner ends are on your hammock. That way, you're not putting any additional stress on it. And
They
it
probably
hangs-
have hammock straps. Oh wait, I think I saw something. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, there's the like you were talking about is right here.
Yeah, it should attach to the ridge line right there to the carabiners.
That one does. You can't really see that one.
Because the problem is if you set your ridge line for your bug net straight across on the tree like you're hanging the hammock, the minute you sit in your hammock, you're going to destroy your bug net.
Yeah, I think the one that they showed there, the guy sitting in it, they set it up the way you're saying to set it up. That way, it's all one piece. Now, I don't know about a 5-foot bug net though, CR.
Yeah, that's too short in my opinion.
When they say when I heard the words bug net, I wasn't expecting oblong. To me, I'll keep on seeing the old-fashioned bug nets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're the old square military ones where you just hang to a single point and stake out in the four corners.
Exactly.
I have one of those.
Now, I did see one on the Army Navy survival website, which is really cool. Army Navy Outdoors had a cot set up for a bug net. I've never seen one before, and I thought it was really interesting. Because I was looking up cots on there, see if I can find a cot for my. Well, here I'll show you. I was looking up for a cot setup for my Light Fighter 1. So I think this is the kind of cot I need for that particular, tent. But look at this setup. You have to buy the everything's cheap. It's like $20. It's not bad, but you got to buy the poles separate, and they just clip onto the tent, the cot. That way you can keep the bugs out. But I see one issue with that.
Yeah, the issue is the sleeves down on the bottom don't tuck under the net.
Exactly, those little parts where the hinges are and everything else connects is open.
Yeah, they can get in. They can get in the holes where you have the handles right there where it folds. They can get in on the corners.
That's where I was thinking. Unless somebody put this in together wrong, and it was supposed to tuck under, which I would say yes on the tuck under. But how would you get in and out?
Well, there's a zipper on the one side. On the two corners, there's zippers.
Oh, okay, I see one right. I think that's one right there, but not.
Yeah,
no, that's not a zipper.
that
That's
might
a
be the
seam.
seam. No, I know there's a way to get in because you have to have a zip. Otherwise, how do you get in the damn thing?
Give me a second here. I'll open up the whole site and maybe look make it bigger or something. I have no idea. Nope, it doesn't. It's the same picture, and it doesn't say anything.
I guess my hammock straps were $30.
Made of no seam mesh, like the one you got.
So total setup for my hammock was $150 and some change.
Well, that's actually not bad though. But
Now, the
unfortunately,
only thing I don't have is a rain fly, which I can spend another $120 and get a rain fly. So I'd be looking at $270.
would you be interested in a trade?
Of what?
Whatever you consider to be fair, because I happen to have a few. More than a few.
Yeah, see, I kind of agree with Doug on that one. Yeah, it's good for your backyard, but not in a bug out situation or if you're in like the jungles of like Peru or like South America.
Cliff, I got a bunch of these.
Yeah, I don't have anything that you would want. Because I doubt giving you 2 more canisters of freaking lamp oil would be a decent trade. $40 worth of lamp oil for a $300 hammock or a tarp? No.
I've got several. I mean, you might actually have some stuff I could actually use, but now I will mention one thing, and you're probably going to shake your head at me. Guess what I misplaced again?
The cordage?
Nope. My
The
Olight.
flashlight?
My Olight again. I cannot find it for the life of me.
You don't put a lanyard on that thing.
There's no place to put a lanyard on it. It's just got the clip. That's it. And I usually keep that.
The clip has an attachment for the lanyard.
Last time I had it was in my pocket, and I can't find it now.
Because you have essentially this guy, right?
Well, similar, not that
But
thick.
black.
It was all black. It didn't have any colors on it other than black.
There's a hole right at the top.
Mine didn't have a hole.
Oh, yours does.
That's the step up from mine, I think.
Well, this is the UV version, but
Yeah, I don't have that.
should still have it on there. I don't know why I do this. I've eaten another entire bag of tortellinis dry.
Well, you do the same thing with what is it? The cheese puffs or cheese balls all the time.
Well, yeah, but cheese puff isn't a tortellini.
Meh. Oh, I think you said no about this once. What would you do if you got a set of lightsaber chopsticks, Cliff?
Not use them.
Even if they lit up properly?
Not use them.
Dang.
I'd be dead honest. I think I used those other ones that I purchased like 3 or 4 times, and they've been sitting in a cup down on the bottom of my floor since.
Because they're not your old ones.
I'm still pissed that I broke that one.
It
That's my own
happens.
fault.
It happens, Cliff. They're supposed to wear out.
No, it was my own fault that it broke. I did something stupid, and I've done before. I just miscalculated how thick something was.
Well, Doug, the stuff I get, a lot of this stuff is useful in most situations. Now, not 100% all situations. I said most. But, because I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Well, everything I have is useful to a point, except for a nuclear apocalypse, because I'm screwed.
Actually, your house, which is Earthland,
But
might
not
be a
the
little more-
windows.
well, I was going to say, most of your house is Earthland, which should be mostly good. If it's sealed without the windows opening or anything like that, you're good to a point there as well. Now, that's for physical radiation, like the powder stuff.
The problem is the shockwave.
The shockwave, your house will actually probably be a little bit more sturdier than the house next door, probably.
But it's my windows.
I don't know. Is your windows rated for earthquakes?
They're sliding glass door windows.
Oh, then now you're screwed.
Now, that's what I'm
Now,
saying.
if you own the house, you'd probably get them, shock related.
If I get a house, I'm getting it way the hell out from where I'm at because I'm too damn close to the airport.
Most likely, you definitely barter. But always someone's going to have something that you need, and you have something that they need. And if you just happen to have a little extra, like I happen to,
Can't hear you.
Oh, I'm talking to Molly.
Still can't hear you. I've got this thing right in my ear. I'm trying to get water.
No, I was doing the Charlie Brown. Love, dude, you're screwed. I'm not talking to you, love. I'm talking to the guys. And Molly. Molly's the only lady here now. Dude, you're screwed was good. There was another one, Low Down Dirty Survival, that Dave Canterbury did for a little bit too. I'm not sure if you've seen that one.
Nope. Never even heard of it.
It was a very short-lived series.
Ooh.
Okay, it was called Dirty Rotten Survival. And it's basically a challenge situation type deal.
Oh, God. No.
Yeah, it came out in 2015. There was only one season.
Yeah, that is like the ugliest color for an underquilt.
Now, I never understood underquilts, to be honest.
It's to keep your ass from freezing when your butt's pressed against the bottom of the hammock.
That's why I like the ground stuff better. I can put sleeping pads and stuff underneath me without worrying about them sliding too much.
Well, you can do that in a hammock, too. They make hammock pads or sleeping pads. Basically, you can use a standard sleeping pad in a hammock. You just don't inflate it all the way. And it'll fit in your hammock. And then the underquilt, because the standards of sleeping in a hammock is you're just basically pressed against the fabric of the hammock. In a colder situation, yeah, you can have a blanket on top, but the bottom half is going to be freezing. You're going to have cold butt cheeks. So the design for the underquilt is to add a layer of insulation so you're not touching direct fabric and losing body heat due to conductivity. That's an ugly ass color. Like, seriously ugly color.
What color is it?
It's like this pond green and yellow, like seafoam green and like lime yellow.
Baby poop.
No, I don't know what it is.
It sounds like baby poop to me.
120 from REI. I'm gonna have to look at this nightcap from Amazon. From 5 to 20 degrees Celsius. So if I got that, that'd be another $40. What would I be looking at? 190? Or I can get the REI one that I was looking at, which was 120.
But with you have your membership there at REI, you get their access to their garage sale, as they call it, or something like that?
Yeah, sure. If I'm ever awake on a Saturday when they actually, or well, if I'm never at work on a Saturday when they have them,
Well, that happens, more
they have
often.
them. They're every couple of like every month they have one, and it's always on Saturday and Sunday.
I didn't know. How much is the membership for that?
Free.
Free?
Oh, sorry. At a lifetime membership for a one-time $30 for a membership. What?
That's not bad.
Yeah, last time I checked, those things were free. No wonder. I have an REI account. Well, actually, I don't have an REI account. I have an REI membership.
No, we have an REI in Des Moines. I've been there, but I mean, I just wasn't feeling. I don't feel comfortable going in that place because it feels like I'm way over budget for me.
Oh yeah, it's expensive.
But I mean, their customer service is like through the roof. For the people that they will go out of their way and help you and everything else. I heard about nothing but good things on that. But it just being able to afford it is the thing. I mean, after watching the movie Wild, I did a lot of research into after what you told me a while back about what they will help you with. I mean, they will send you new boots if you got your boots through them, the right size, no issues, just part of the warranty situation. And
Well, that's if you get the warranty.
huh?
That's if you get the warranty. If you do not get the warranty, then if you get the wrong size, the worst you can do is return them.
Well, because most people don't realize when you're backpacking, you don't get your size. You get the half size up.
It's an interesting underquilt for $40.
Oh, by the way, Cliff, I just had a weird question for you. We were discussing water filters last time.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this right here.
Yeah.
With the Sawyer squeeze.
It might fit on there. It might not. You'd have to purchase one to find out.
Well, I've been wanting to get one anyway. And I don't necessarily have to have, I could, use the stuff that comes with it, obviously. But I was just wondering, because this thing is a gallon or a half gallon container.
I think they're about 2 liters. About half a gallon. No, that doesn't seem right because a liter is almost a half a gallon.
I'm trying to find out.
I think they're like 1.5 liters.
It's a half gallon, according to the receipt. So I was thinking about using that for that, or as another option. I was thinking I was just talking to Jenny about earlier, putting this up in water, freezing it. You got yourself a really good ice block carrier for your.
Yeah,
cooler.
only problem with that is if you freeze it, you have to freeze it vertically with the cap off, and you can only fill it 3/4 of the way full.
Yeah, but you'd be able to carry your ice, and you can also reuse the water afterwards. So you'll have
because if you fill like clean water in there, or I mean even stink water, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you just remember you can only fill that up 3/4 of the way because that ice will expand a lot.
Right, but I was saying that would be an option for carrying extra, frozen water in your cooler or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean it's already a waterproof bag, obviously.
Exactly.
Water bladder. So
and if it fits the Sawyer squeeze, that would be another option on top of that.
That would that's
just a big if.
It does.
Because the lid, this will show you. It's fairly large.
Yeah, but like I said, it depends on whether or not the Sawyer squeeze has the thread millimeters for that, or the thread count for it.
Well, then I will tell you something I just found out yesterday or the day before. Dave Canterbury just added something to their inventory for their wide mouth bottles for their canteens, their stainless steel canteens that they got. they have someone who's 3D printing an adapter for them to use them with their bottle, with the 2-liter squeezable.
Colin, can you get rid of
bottles.
that comment finally? It's been up for like a half an hour.
Oh, wow. It just says that, he can't spell. Now, Capri Suns, freezing Capri Suns is a good idea too. That's not a bad idea either. Actually, I don't know if you could do you remember those little juice barrels?
Yeah.
Called hugs or whatever they call them nowadays. They used to call them juice barrels when I was a kid. They changed them to hugs or something recently in the last.
I don't remember what they were called when I was a kid.
But those would probably work too.
Those will actually expand past the limits of the foil lid.
Right.
They
They make it
will
really,
actually
once you get into a slushy consistency, they'll be okay, but not any more past that though.
No, I usually just take all the old 1-liter Pepsi bottles that I had. I used to freeze those. I'd fill them up to about right where the shoulder started on the curve, and I'd fill them up to there, and I'd leave the cap unscrewed, and I'd just set them in there and freeze them. That water would go right to the top.
Yeah, like I said, I just recently watched a video from Dave about his adapter he got for his water bottles for one of his 2-liter canteens, the squeezable canteens, and that might work for the same situation for filtering water and stuff like that, because that would be able to carry water because it's got a handle, which is really helpful. Now, and it's made to hold liquids for long periods of time. Only thing I would not do, but is leave it out in the sun too long, obviously, because sunlight would probably deteriorate it.
Grace. I got a grace with the presence of the graceful bank line.
Hey, Grace.
Grace says that the Sawyer squeeze won't fit the KFC bag because they're designed for the water bottles, the small water bottles.
Well, no. Like I said, Dave Canterbury just came up with an adapter for the one of the canteens that might be the same size as what he just literally came out with it recently. And I was checking on that when she came in. And thank you for coming.
You can probably make an adapter out of like 2 pieces of PVC step downs, and just attach it to that, and then screw it onto the PVC step down.
It was. It was for the items that he got, military items that it was. He
gets a lot of weird military items. Some that they're not even in market or like available anymore.
I think it's a filter adapter. Yeah, it will fit the Sawyer micro and squeeze. Yeah, I'll show you. It's just, I just literally watched it the other day because I hate to say this, I have a lot of time on my hands. But you see that right there stepping up to that bottle there.
Yeah, it looks like it's a standard, like a PVC adapter.
But he had that's 3D printed. Since I don't want to put the sound on, I could just do it this way. But I was checking on their website. I didn't really see.
He's going to be sitting on that all day long, waiting for that to fill up.
Well, that's why he used the squeeze. He said it could handle both the mini and the squeeze. But the thing is, he could squeeze that one. Also, he said that adapter will also fit the 2-liter military bottles as well, the rubberized ones. So that way, you could use that one as a dirty bottle, and squeeze dirty water in through the filter into whatever container you're using it for. So that's an option. Now, I was checking about their Self-Reliance Outfitters website about the adapters.
Sawyer sells one online for about $17.
Well, it's actually, I found it. Let me stop sharing this one. And this is what I found. And that's what I was talking about. It's this one right here. The Hydro adapter.
That's not what I found, but that might work.
And you see it's stepping down this mini, or the squeeze for that bottle. I have that bottle, so that would work. And that's the regular canteen, stainless steel canteen bottle.
Hydro Pack makes one too. Ooh, I'm mad now.
What?
That apparently Hydro Pack makes the same filter that B-Free makes.
Did you know about the adapters, Grace? Because, like I said, he just literally showed that on a recent video. That one is a month ago. I was following along. I saw that part of another. He was showing military items that surplus items that he could use as your kit, and that was just a small part of it, showing the adapter. This one is a little different video than I saw, but that's a little bit more in depth. But I have his Pathfinder stainless steel bottle.
That looks 3D printed, actually.
It is.
No, the one I'm looking at.
So is this one.
Yeah, that's 3D printed.
Look at that right there, Cliff. But that would fit over my bottle that I have, and that would be allow me to use the Sawyer Squeeze or the Sawyer Mini on that. So I'm not sure if you'd use that as the dirty bottle to the clean bottle or vice versa, but that's an option.
Well, I've already got my water situation covered.
I still want to check out those MSR ones, inline ones that I found on the Army Navy store, and they had some really nice ones for like $18 a piece. I'm actually curious about those. They're Army surplus, brand new Army surplus that I was kind of curious about.
Yeah, I've got my water situation covered. So I've got my 2-liter Hydro Pack. Yes, it does have water in it. It is actually full.
What's the material?
Polyvinyl something, I don't know, whatever the hell the water bladder's made out of. Whatever the standard is on most water bladders. And then inside, this is actually the 2 liters. This is the Seeker. But like I said, I bought a spare B-Free filter because the millimeter threading fits in here. It's perfect. It's the 42 millimeter threading, and I can just pour from this. I can fill this with dirty water and pour that right into any container I want. And I like these ones because they do come with attachment points. So you get laser cut Molly out of PVC. So
Right.
I actually have no idea what this material is. I think it's a nylon PVC or something like that. I have no clue. It does come with a little carry handle, which is kind of neat.
Right.
And it does say that the top part is detachable, but the problem I see is once you detach it, you still have the lid stuck to it. It's still the sleeve is still attached to the lid. So this little tab, you can take it off from here, off the lid.
Right.
But it's still attached at the top point, which you can't take off unless you rip it.
Now, that's the only thing I had trouble with some of those things that if you want to use them as a dirty bottle, you can't use them for anything else because the lid gets wet and that's dirty now and all this other stuff.
Yeah. This one actually comes with a sealed lid. So the lid's always locked. It does have the little flip top like your standard little water bottle, which is a pain to close. That thing closes tight because it like fits right over the mouth port. And then it's actually sealed down here on the bottom like a standard water bottle.
Right.
I think that's just to show that it hasn't been tampered with. But I never have to take that off. And yet that threading is the same as a standard water bottle. So that'll fit like the Sawyer Mini.
Right. Now, here's the ones I found before. I forgot about it. It's One Thief Survival is the website. One Thief Surplus. It's the military surplus inline microfilter from MSR. $18 a piece right now. That's not bad. I was thinking about picking up a couple of those just to try them out. Because I have never heard of them before now. And $18 a piece for a brand new one is not bad. It doesn't have anything about device and care. It's probably going to be in the bag when you get it. But it's a charcoal filter, so it's not like a microfiber filter or anything like that. But it does do the protozoa, bacteria, and protozoa, cysts, and sediment, but not viruses. But that's just the first section there. You can always boil your water if you're really worried about that, or add your water filtration tabs or something. But for $18, that's not bad. Now, Grace, do you know anything about those? I mean, I thought you might. I mean, it's very in line, no pun intended, to the Sawyer Mini. But not, they don't have the, those fiber filter deals. Now, I don't know if it's subpar or not, because MSR makes a decent filter, though, don't they?
No, MSR makes it good. Well, no, me and Grace are talking about the Sawyer ones. Sawyer makes an amazing filter. It's the bags that they sell with them that suck major butt.
Don't they work with the platypus bags?
Yeah, they can. If you have the gravity feed system, yes, but you're going to be sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for that to drip.
Now, if you use that with the injection with the squeeze, though.
I mean, if you use the platypus bladder with the squeeze, yeah, it'll work a little faster. But if you're using the Sawyer Mini attached to that, you have to have that on a gravity feed, because you will sit there and you will squeeze your life out on that thing, and your arms and hands will be tired before you fill your water bottle halfway.
Right. Well, the thing is, if that's why you would use the Sawyer squeeze for emergency quick ones to get you some, if you're really dehydrated, that kind of thing. But then you'd use the gravity feed setup for like your overnight setup. When you have more time to wait around.
Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it.
Now, I don't know how much the platypus bags are.
I think they're like $30. We're gonna pay like $35 for this one.
18 for a 2-liter flexible one is $18.95 on Amazon. The smaller bottles on Amazon are also $12.95. The whole platypus water filters system is like $54.95.
Apparently, I can dishwasher this.
Well, that's good.
Oh yeah, flow rate for the Mini is way better than the squeeze. I think the squeeze was honestly designed for a gravity feed system where you're like, if you're at base camp, you fill up a large bag and then you just let it drip the entire time you're there, because you're doing other camp tasks or camp chores, so you don't have to worry about your bottle or your water right at that immediate moment, unless you got a kid that's dying of dehydration, in which case you might be better off just drinking the dirty ass water.
Right. It's like they've said that on multiple of the shows that I've watched. If you're in a situation where you don't know when you're getting out, it's easier to drink the water now and worry about getting sick later than not dying of dehydration.
Yep.
But
if you filter your water, I mean, even a basic filtration system, like through a t-shirt or I would say a sock, but
a spare sock, not the ones you're wearing.
I think the pores on the socks are too spread apart, so I think using a sock as a filter would be like a last ditch effort.
What about like pantyhose or something?
Or like the fabric on your like a pair of clean undies, or even like through a pair of pants.
Yeah, I have a pair of with moisture wicking shirt, underwear and stuff like that. That work or that kind of way, like moisture wicking shirts setup. Those things are like really small fiber. About
I have a
25.
bag like that too, similar to
Knock
that.
bags. I'm not familiar with those. Now, where did you get those at, Grace? I'm just curious. I might consider getting some of those, a couple of the MSR filters, just to say I have them as a backup, because they'd be great for if I have to fill up my hydration pack and filter that way. Amazon? Okay, thank you. No, but check out where's that at?
I have somewhere I have like a portable 5-gallon, or is it a 3? I think it's a 3-gallon portable water container. Just sucks down flat. And then I have another one that's like gallon and a half or a gallon.
Okay, this is the MSR filter I was talking about. The link's right there. Check it out. $18 right at this time for surplus MSR. It's a great one. It has a backup. It's not going to be your main one. If you do have a Sawyer Mini, use that. Or worst case scenario, boil your water always. Filter and boil. But that'll good inline filter you can add to your bags and stuff like that if you need to. Now, using that in conjunction with a Sawyer Mini or something like that might be something interesting too. Now, how well that would work, filtering a filter in advance, who knows?
Grace, according to what I found on the CNOC bags, the Sawyer Mini and the Sawyer Squeeze will actually fit on the threading on that bag. Later, CR. Take care. Have a good one.
Okay, I don't know much about CNOC bags, to be honest. Until you guys are the only ones I've heard it from. So,
well, they're
platypus.
similar style is what it is. So basically, it's an open-ended bag with a threaded. So essentially, it'd be like your KFC bag that you have, that drink bag you have over there,
Right.
with the pour spout dead center in the middle, the back end cut open, and then you have this essentially what looks like.
No, I had a hydro pack. I had a 3-liter water bladder that had that kind of end opening.
Yeah, you basically have the handle, and then it has it looks like this with the handle, and then you just fold the bag over and slide it on her, and it just locks
I've had
in.
one like that. One of my first ones I've owned.
That's what the CNOC bags are, and they're usually like 1.5 liters, 2 liters.
Okay. It looks like a really quick and easy quick fill system would be great for like a gravity feed system.
Yeah.
Because it's got the better handle than the platypus does. But I don't know much.
Well, the platypus gravity system has actually got a fairly decent. Well, I guess not really. Looking at it now.
Okay, I'm looking at hydration bladders on Amazon, and I actually had my first hydration bladder that I ever purchased for myself and Ian was the kind that was like the CNOC. And I didn't realize that was a thing back in the day.
Yeah, by the way, Nalgene actually makes a water bladder like that too.
Oh, I didn't know that. You have the 2 or the 3, Grace? Don't lose your whatever that, a pencil in your ear?
No, it's my chip clip. My bag tie. Why would I pay $130 or $140 for a 20-gallon water storage container?
Now, which one did you have? Do you have the Hydro Pack, Cliff?
Yeah, mine was I have the Hydro Pack Seeker.
Yeah, they got it for $25 right now on Amazon. How much did you pay for yours?
Shit, I don't know. Let me see. Hold on.
It's the 2-liter one is what they got right here.
Mine's the 2-liter, 25.
Yep, that's what it says. I would love to have a setup for a gravity feed setup, as well as the mini, because they stopped selling the minis at Walmart, which really freaking sucks.
If you want a really interesting one, that literally it's about a 18 or 20 ounce water bottle, but it collapses down to like virtually nothing for about $22. And that one's the Hydro Pack Stash.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Wait, Hydro Pack sells a 500 milliliter bottle for $20? No, I didn't see that. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I'll show you guys. I had 2 of them, but I lost it when I got my truck jacked.
Yeah, soy minis are running around 25 a piece right now.
And I've showed this thing on here before, a long, long time ago.
Okay, good to know, Grace. Thank you for letting me know. She's got both the 2-liter and the 3-liter of those CNOC bags.
Okay, yeah, see, that makes sense, Grace. Yeah, use the CNOC bags to filter from, and then you have a larger storage container for water storage. But yeah, so this is a water bottle.
That's the collapsible ones, right?
Guess I didn't open it enough.
I've seen one that was like rubberized, but not like that though.
Yeah, this is what Hydro Pack uses. It's like a weird rubber bladdery thingy, but this one will stand up when it's full, but when you start drinking water off of it and you set it down, this thing tends to want to just flop right over. So it is a pain in the butt, but it does come with the carabiner did not come with it. The people that I've lent this to have since lost the carabiner that originally came with it because, not theirs, don't care.
But it allows you to clip it to something and hang it.
But yeah, if you had to, you can hook it onto something, clip it on there. My lettering is falling off because it's just basically a heated sticker. But yeah, you can just hang it on there. What I normally do with this is when I was using it myself, and I was not letting it be lent out for traveling purposes, because for traveling purposes, this thing is amazing. I mean, it gives you a little bit of water. I think what was the.
All right, Cliff, I will be right back. I go tuck Jenny in.
Okay. I don't remember what the ounces was on this thing.
It looks like about 20 ounce or so.
So I think somewhere around there. But yeah, it gives you a decent amount of water in a very, very small form factor. So this will make it through TSA. And then once you're on the other side, you just fill this in like a water fountain, and you can take that on the airplane with you. And then it just snaps together. There's little snaps on the bottom. There's also a little tab down here. Now, what I normally do is I usually run the tab end of the lanyard spot through there. And then I normally would have a regular carabiner that would go through the end there. So that's what you would have the carabiner hanging onto, and then you could just hang this off like the side of your pants.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to have to put another carabiner on here, the proper one. Yeah, so just hook it on like that, and you have a Water bottle that weighs virtually nothing.
Until you need it, then you fill it up with water, then it weighs as much as the water does.
Yep. Well, here's the thing. So when it's collapsed, so the way you have to do, you have to twist it. That's the only way to get it to collapse in it. But you make this weird little point. Now, if you have drink mix that you want to make, you can put the drink mix in here already made. Just put the drink mix powder in there. Keep the lid on that. You ain't got to worry about it getting contaminated or going anywhere because it's already in the container. Pop the lid so you can get it open, and then once you fill it up, you'll have whatever flavor of drink you know. You're only going to get it once, so you'll have the one-time flavored drink, but it'll give you something that's not water. If you're tired of drinking water, you can throw like an electrolyte mix in there, get you some electrolytes for like an airplane flight or whatnot.
Yeah, I use electrolytes a lot, like little Walmart brand ones because they're really inexpensive.
Yeah, that you get an empty pack, or you just pop the pack open and you just dump it in the top of this. You'll have enough in there.
The thing is, they're good for like 16 ounces of water, so I usually end up using 2 for my big Nalgene bottle.
Oh, those things, they say they're good for 16 ounces of water, but I've put those in a standard Nalgene bottle, and even those are sometimes too strong.
It depends on which brand you put in there. Some got better flavor enhanced stuff than others. These are the Walmart brands. They don't have that much. And sometimes
I've tried all of them.
Sometimes I just like more flavor than others,
I should actually see about getting a couple more of these. I had 2 of these, but I had one. I had the other set of this was in my truck before all the stuff got stolen out of it.
Yeah, you and Rob getting your stuff stolen was not a good thing.
Mine was over 4 years ago. Most of that stuff is at this point. I'm never ever going to see it again. So it's just.
Cliff, look at the size of this char cloth I got.
It's going to catch himself on fire.
No, I'm just refilling my. I was replacing my stone with a proper piece of flint, and the bag would not fit in there like it was.
With the 2 holes over here and this lanyard, it looks like a dude wearing a hat barfing.
It does.
So, yeah, but anyways, for the reason why I have it stowed this particular way is so that if it pops open, it doesn't pop open all the way. Because you've only got like a little over half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of play. So if it pops open, it still stays kind of sealed. Not right here. It's not sitting right. A lot of that stretched weird. Huh. Anyways, I'm gonna go put this back. So yeah, there's those options for those that need or consider watering. Good night, Molly.
Night, Molly. Now, there's so many different variations on the water filters nowadays. You got to go with what works best for you. And your price point, your capabilities, wherever your situation you are. If you're a single person, you're a family, what have you. Like Cliff, he might need his for himself, but he may have his family involved. Who knows? Depending on the situation, whether it's just his mom and dad or his sister and family too, depending if they're visiting. Same thing with me. Now, a platypus with the filters that we've mentioned before, or the sea knock bags that Grace mentioned, or the bottle that Cliff just showed. Each depends on the situation. You can get a whole full-on heavy-duty water bladder and go with that, making it a gravity feed system. Those would all be options. But if worst case scenario, boil if you can. I don't know what the ratios are for chemical purifying stuff like with iodine or bleach. If someone knows it, please put it in the chat.
I believe bleach is 1 drop a liter.
I can't remember. I know iodine is like 2 or 3 drops per gallon or something.
I thought it was per liter.
I'm not quite sure. That's why I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, it may or may not be. I don't know. So it depends on your situation. But if you're doing backups, always do your backups. Always have enough to make sure it goes. As the saying goes, 2 is 1, 1 is none. And I'd rather have 2 than none. Because I did a check the other day, and I was trying to figure out how many ferro rods I carry. I have more than I expected. I have at least.
Ooh, wait, a Sportsman sells them for $20?
What? Who? What?
No, the Hydropack Stash.
I'm not familiar with the stash.
It says 32 ounces, but there ain't no way because that's the standard on a freaking. Unless that's the large bottle.
That's my Nalgene bottle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 32 ounces is Nalgene, so I wonder if that's the large bottle.
And as you can see, there's my Nalgene bottle. And there's 32 ounces. And yes, this is the glow-in-the-dark one. This one here was still fine. It still freaks me out at night when I turn the light off and this thing's still glowing.
Get it with a UV light, that thing will be glowing all night long.
I don't have any UV lights. That's one thing I've been meaning to think of because Ian wants to go looking for these certain rocks up in Michigan.
Yeah, I know which ones he's looking for. They glow like a bright orangey red when you hit them with UV light.
Right. Because they only come that I'm not sure which lake it is. It's Superior or something like that, or Ontario. It's on one of the lakes shores, and it's the only place in the United States they have them. It's a 3 drops of bleach per gallon. Okay. I wasn't sure. I know it was like a couple drops for iodine. I wasn't sure about bleach. But you can only do it for so long because it's bad for your kidneys. So having iodine is a good backup. The filtration tabs are great as long as you use them properly. And you got to remember, you got to wait for those, that kind of system. And I would not trust the UV water filters things to save my life. I don't trust them. But what do you think, Cliff?
For what? Oh, no, the UV filters? No. Especially those thin ones. I don't. Something about that is.
It seems sketchy to me. I understand there's probably a scientific method behind it. I mean, because I know you could put your water bottle, not this one, but
I mean, yes, you can sterilize water with UVs, but those SteriPens.
That's what I was talking about. The SteriPens.
Yeah, I think it's only like 3 to 5 drops per gallon of bleach to sterilize water.
I wasn't sure because I know it's different for bleach is different than iodine, but they both do the same thing. It just one you need less of one or the other, and I don't want to mess it up a bit too much of one or not enough of the other. You know.
No, I'm talking about this is for sterilize. It says 5 tablespoons of unscented bleach with 1 gallon of room temperature water. Yeah, if you're cleaning.
Okay, if you're doing 2% tincture of iodine, it's 5 drops per each quart or liter of clear water. If the water is colored or cloudy, then you can add up to 10.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was fairly close. When disinfecting water with bleach, you can use 4 to 5 drops of liquid chlorine bleach per gallon.
The unscented stuff. You got to make sure about
Yeah.
that. It's got to be unscented.
And then you got to stir it and let it sit for 30 minutes. If I'm putting that much Clorox in there, I'm gonna let that sit for like an hour to 2 hours.
Okay, now iodine is similar, but the thing is, after you're adding iodine, you stir the water, let it stand for 30 minutes like that, unless it's cold. Then you got to let it sit for 40 minutes instead. Does it say anything about time for you on yours?
For what?
The bleach. How long?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Now, if it's cold, does it change? Because iodine changes. It's got to stay extra 10 more minutes.
It says,
if it's cold.
Yeah, you can also use 1/8 tablespoon of bleach per gallon. After adding the bleach, stir well, let stand for 30 minutes. The water should have a slight chlorine odor. If it doesn't, you can repeat the dosage and let stand for another 15 minutes.
Okay, iodine can eliminate water impurities that killing microbes, but some people don't like the taste of water purified with iodine. Iodine is also not as chemically volatile as chlorine, so it's harder to remove the odor and taste.
Yeah, chlorine. I mean, chlorine has its. I mean, to be honest, we've all ingested chlorine at swimming pools. We've all had an accidental choke down some chlorine water.
It's in the showers you drink. You take showers that you have chlorine in the water.
I'm not drinking the shower water.
You don't do it intentionally.
No, I don't drink shower water.
If it gets up your nose, yeah, it does.
No, because you think of it this way, that stuff may be coming out of your shower, but God knows what your shower head's sitting there wet, drying out all day, all the random fungus that's in there. I know it sounds gross, but
so on average, it's about 5 drops each.
4 to 5 drops per gallon of water for bleach.
At 5 drops for iodine per liter.
So, that's per liter. No, it's
No, it says per liter.
Damn. I think I'd rather, honestly, at that point, I'd rather take the bleach over the iodine because that's what? 20 drops, almost 25 drops of iodine per gallon?
Yep. That's 2% tincture of iodine, too.
Yeah, that's a whole ass tablespoon.
Yep. If you're doing
that might even be a soup spoon.
If you're doing a big water jug or something like that, then that would make sense, because those water jugs take a lot. But
if you're doing like an entire got-sized water cooler, you might as well just dump the whole damn bottle in there.
Well, like the water coolers, the big plastic jugs, those are like 5 gallons. That would probably be a full bottle, like you said.
That's what I'm saying. If you're doing one of those big orange got camping coolers, you might as well just dump the whole damn bottle in there.
Let's see.
It sucks because now you're out like $15, $20 because them bottles ain't cheap.
No. But you got to make sure you get the unscented bleach. Most people don't think about bleach as being. Oh, actually, pool tabs. The chloroform, the powdered chlorine tabs for pools will work.
They don't make them in small boxes. They don't make them in small little ones anymore. They come in these big old hockey puck things now.
Yeah. You got to break them up.
And not even break it up. Just take it with you and just use your knife and just scrape some off.
Someone suggested that. That's actually because it's smaller and lighter than the jug.
Oh hell yeah!
And you can carry multiple of those compared to multiple jugs of the same stuff. It still has the same amount. It's just in a powder form, solid powder form instead of a liquid form.
It's dehydrated bleach.
Pretty much. And the thing is, that would be a good long-term method. But you got to make sure you know how much to measure out, because you don't want to overdo it.
I just thought of this. Now that we mentioned this, It's
called pool shock, I think it's called.
Yeah, pool shock, chlorine tabs. They come in different forms, names. I'm kind of curious to see what would happen if Russell threw like 4 of those into his pond.
You'd probably kill all the fish.
He ain't got no damn fish in there.
What's the whole point of having a pond with no fish?
Part of an existing area on the property, he's got access to it, but I don't think he owns the whole pond. But
like I said, I'll repeat myself. What's the whole point of being able to use a pond with no fish in it?
They get ducks. Actually, I have no idea if they have fish because I never see them fish or talk about fish in the pond.
Well, I don't think
He just
Russell
always
fishes.
mentions that the pond is stagnant, stale water and doesn't go anywhere.
Doesn't mean they can't be fish there. Probably more like algae
It's
eaters and things like that.
stagnant, stale pond water doesn't move. There's no oxygen in the water.
Maybe they just need to clean it up a little bit.
No, the problem is it's like a retaining pond, I guess, kind of is what you would kind of.
Okay.
So there's like no flow into it and there's no flow out of it. It's
Right.
just basically a big old bathtub.
It's just a
right next to
basin.
the property.
Just a basin.
And it's a big pond. It's a good sized pond.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that they'd be smart if they actually did put some algae eaters or something in there, because that would help clean up the pond for a lot of reasons. And
Well, again, you still need some sort of aeration. no-
there's that. I mean, technically, you could just throw in. Oh, I'm not sure how much you would take, but to put in a bubbler of some kind, or even a small. What do they call those little fountains? You can put it. You see people put it in their ponds.
God, no, that wouldn't even do anything. That would just mess with the first maybe 2 inches of maybe 5-10 feet of that pond.
I know that there's a couple there's a library in Des Moines that has a pond that has a big algae problem, but they have these really big fountains that circulate the water. But they have really good bass in there, though, which is really nice. They don't have any outlet flow. They are the outlet. They're the bottom of the hill. But they have some really big bass in there. But they have these fountains that they go off irregular times. I have no idea what the schedule is, but they're not always on. But when they're on, the bass are there. Yeah, they're right there, and it's a good place to fish.
Yeah.
And as Grace said, most tap water is chlorated.
It's chlorinated, but by the time it gets to us, there's
no scent. There's no
virtually
smell,
no
taste.
chlorine taste. You can taste more of the iron than anything else in there because of the filtration process. But
Actually, it depends on the pipes you have too.
true.
Or also, and what part of the country because some places have more hard water than others.
Well, we got hard water down here, but
And also, if you have a artesian well or not, because I've lived in several places that had wells that tasted completely different than regular city tap water, and they were like soft water, like I was down in Milo. That was a well system, but we had to use a water softener because it was hard water. But I lived in the one I was in Osceola. They had a well as well. No planning pun on that one, but that one had a very big metallic taste on that one, because it was one of the few wells that were still active in the city, which is really weird. I've not seen one like that before, but it's still a functioning well. It was good though. I tried the water. I didn't get sick, so
that's a plus.
it was a nice place. It's just too much house. Now, filter-wise, I know the ones you and I have the similar filters. The names may be different. This is the same thing.
Yeah, I actually took mine with me when we went to the meetup. I just never used it because I had that freaking B-free.
I've got mine in my bag, and
I've got my B-free in my bag. It just stays in there. It doesn't leave unless I need water from it.
right. I've got to figure out where I put it. I may have already taken it out. Oh, it's in my other backpack. I just got to bring it over here. But like I said, I want to update my get home bag with a smaller one, because I don't want to have to deal with a heavy duty pump one if I'm having to walk a lot.
So that's why I went with the B-free filter. That thing weighs just the filter itself weighs almost nothing.
Only problem I have ever seen was the fact that the Be Free, because the filter is open there's no structure around it other than the bottle, which is not most that rubberized material stuff. If you set it down wrong, you could break it. Because I heard a lot of people having the problem with that.
Yeah, people have stepped on them because they're not paying attention to what they're doing. That's their own damn fault.
No, someone actually dropped it off rolled off the table.
No, you have this plastic cage around it.
Yeah, but it's not enough.
It's hard enough. It's got a little bit of flex and give to it, but again, if you're not paying attention and you're stomping around like a retard in the middle of a freaking bush.
Now, does that filter unscrew?
No.
So you'd have to replace the whole lid and everything.
Yeah, you just buy replacement filters. Replacement filters are like 20 or 25
which includes the lid, right?
Yeah, so you pretty much get all of this that you see. It comes with the lid and it comes with the filter.
That looks pretty similar to Jenny's flavored water bottles that she's got.
Kinda, but not really.
Yeah. She's got it here somewhere. Give me a second. Oh, man, my knees hurt. Especially that one that went out earlier.
Yeah, they're about $27 for the replacement filter. And they're pretty much the same price just about anywhere you look. Amazon's got them for the same price. Cabela's, Sportsman's Warehouse. They all have them. Actually, I think even Z-Packs has them for the same price. Yeah, $24.95, so $25, so $1 less on Z-Packs if you buy it from there.
Yeah, this is Jenny's Circle bottle.
Kinda.
Very similar. I didn't say it was the same, but it's similar. But she found out that this, the Buddy water bottle will fit the Circle bottle deal.
It's
So
gonna fit on a wide mouth Nalgene.
I don't know about that. I mean, I've got a Nalgene bottle right here, and I don't think it'll fit. Well, it'd be pretty close. Let's find out. I'm just kind of curious now that you said it.
Don't know if the threading's right, but it should be the right size.
It fits.
There you go. So now you can tell Jenny if she wants 32 ounces of Circle water, she can stick it on one of those.
All right. Good to know. No, actually, I have a big, either 42 or 44 ounce, bigger, tall, skinny one. Some remember I showed you that a while back. I picked up. But I didn't know that this would fit on that. That's the first time I knew that.
I just figured from the size of it, I was almost positive it would fit on there.
We still got 5 people in here, and it's 10:30 already.
And to be honest, I'm going to head off because I am not going to bed twice in a row, being all sweaty and sticky.
Okay, I'm pretty much done. I didn't realize that was what time it was until just now because we were going to roll.
Yeah, I'm going to head off, so
I'm done too. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate. Thank you all for coming from both Talks It Outdoors, Cliff and myself. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate it, and especially all your comments and advice. I really appreciate that as well. Hope to see you on Saturday at 8 o'clock for you.
7:30, 8:30-ish.
Between 7:30 and 8:30, you'll start there. Who knows what the topic will be? We'll find out there.
It'll be about beans.
Beans. Beans, an actual fruit. The more you eat, the more you do.
I've actually almost got enough beans now for a meal. I just got to separate out the ones for the packages, and then I'm just waiting for them to dry. So I probably won't get that done for another couple of days because I just want them to really dry.
Which ones are the magical beans?
The ones that Jack gives you.
Okay. Well, the Jack bought one for trading it for a cow. I don't
Yeah,
have a
got
cow.
3 magic beans for a cow.
Yeah, that's
But
a little
anyways,
bit. Be well, be safe. Love you all. I'm going to be out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2,